The Chicago Bears didn't make a lot of moves in free agency. They made some, but not a lot. And we're thinking the moves they did make, they're gonna fill in the draft. Today we want to look at the defensive tackles, the top 10 defensive tackles in the 2026 NFL draft. Pick who we like the most and talk about how they fit with the Chicago Bears and Dennis Allen's defense, all that and a lot more Chicago Bears talk right after this. Fellas, it's almost draft time. It's almost draft time. We just wrapped up free agency. I think that's in the back of our mind, at least the Bears. They keep signing players here and there. I think we just signed a new dude the other day, like Lynch or something like that. But still a lot of holes. There's still a lot of holes, a lot of controversial signings that they made in free agencies. People don't think they're gonna make the team, or they don't think they did enough, or didn't spend enough, or yada yada yada. One of those positions is D tackle. D tackle. It's a lot of defensive tackles in the draft. Apparently, this is a deep draft when it comes to the defensive line. At least from what I'm hearing, I don't know what y'all hearing, but it's deep when it comes to the D line altogether. But today we're gonna look at the defensive tackles in this draft and just watch some highlights and talk about their stats, what they did in college, some background information we got on them, and what is this? Okay, and whatever else that come up. But fellas, how y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing swell. Not swell. All right. I mean, I'm with you on that. I don't know. It's free agency. I was excited about it. Wanted to see what they were gonna do.
Yeah.
But it's I mean, lackluster to say the least in a way.
Yep.
I mean, it's like they found a bunch of money basically, and then they spread it out like a lot. Let's just say that. No big contracts, but I think I don't know. Like I said, I'm feeling like they want to stay cheap and young on defense. I guess that's probably the new analytic thing in the NFL. Fast, young, cheap.
Like you said, they found a lot of money. They found a lot of money that we didn't have. I think going into free agency, we was negative. What? Well, we weren't terrible, but we was like what -7, 10, whatever the
Something
range
like
is.
that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
They found a lot. They found a decent amount to make some splash signs. Devin Bush, the safety. I'm blanking on his name
Kobe
for some
Bryant.
reason. Kobe Bryant,
Yes, I
and
even missed that name.
he brought back some dudes that we already had. They found some money. They found, but we and people who follow the channel, y'all know we was expecting. At least I was maybe a Tyler Linderbaum splash, maybe a Max Crosby splash, maybe a who another defensive man out there, Bradley Chubb. I'm just throwing names
Yeah.
out there that free agents. They didn't do none of that shit. They didn't do none of
Mm.
that shit. But we knew once we seen how they was playing, how Ryan Poles was playing his cards, we was gonna have to turn our sights to the draft, and that's what we're
Right.
about to do tonight. Mixed it. How you feeling, man?
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm ready for the draft though. It's coming. It's coming quick.
Yes, sir.
Um, but yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, it's like I guess I'm not necessarily surprised about how they went about free agency because we talked about free agency before we even got here in terms of how many people we was, you know, having with expiring contracts, stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. And it was up over 20 people. So it's like with the way that some of these players was getting paid in this market and overpaid in this market,
Mhm.
um,
Jalen Phillips, like
Jalen
30
30,
Phillips.
million or something like that.
30 some, like it was crazy. Some of these players that like, yeah, they was getting paid crazy amounts of money. And I think it's like as much as you want them to, not miss out on it, you know what I'm saying, and get somebody that's worth taking with good tape. Um,
Mhm.
I feel like you're gonna end up leaving. You're gonna leave a hole in the side. You know what I'm saying? That ain't
Mhm.
filled, and then you end up really putting yourself in danger of being a worse off team. So I feel like the moves that they kind of made, I'm not necessarily mad at it, but I think that they, like I said, it all kind of go. I said it before. All roads lead to polls. You got to be able to get in this draft and work for real.
In ways that he ain't been able to do up until last year. Last year they had a damn good draft, and now they about to try to replicate that on the defense side of the ball. They went offense early last year. Colson Loveland, Luther Burden, and then I think
Ozzy.
Ozzie was the first second round pick, and then they start trying to let me get Shamar. Let me go pick Ruben. Let me go. They tried, but it was later round picks, and they just they kind of missed. Shamar is still to be
Yeah,
determined, but Ruben Hippolyte, he was pretty much good, and he just didn't show up. Hopefully they can develop him, but
I think he got hurt at some point.
he
Like
got
Steelers
smacked
game.
up in that Steelers game. Yep.
he got, um, but yeah, like keep in mind too that Ben Johnson basically made it a requirement at George McCaskey to put him and Brian Poe's contracts on the same timeline
Yep.
before
Mhm.
he came here. So it's like I think that in itself also puts pressure on Poe's to, you know what I'm saying, like go in these drafts and start turning over a new leaf in terms of how you come out on the other side of them.
Wow. Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to.
Mm.
Nothing I had planned is in order, but that's all good. So let's jump into these D tackles and let's look at some of these kids coming out. The first one we gonna look at is Clemson defensive tackle Peter Woods. Let me get him on the screen. Like I said, look, we're not gonna necessarily break down the tape, but we're just gonna look at the highlights. I believe you can. First of all, it's hard to fucking find college all
Mm.
22 tape. I
Yeah.
don't know, but it's hard. But I believe you could grade the flashes. You know what I mean? You could also, and I think Ryan Pauls, I think he mentioned something like that a few times. You can grade the flashes too without dissecting the tape
Mm.
big time. But the clips I'm about to play right now is credit to NFL Film Rooms on YouTube. Also, you can follow him on Twitter as well. Wes, you know him. I'm bearing down. He, put
Mhm. Oh yeah, he put a lot of tape up. He
a lot of
put
good
it.
tape together. So that's who I'm using right now. Here we go. Peter Woods. Look, I'm gonna just say it right now. This is my favorite player. This is my favorite D tackle out of all the 10, all of the guys that they got. This is my favorite one. Let me pull up his NFL draft combine while we watching that. Peter Woods, 6'2.5", not the tallest, not the biggest, coming in at 298. I think he played at like 305 a little bit in college, but weighed in at 298 at the combine. Arms not the longest, 31 and a quarter. But
Mm.
this dude, like if you look at him on film, motor, and I think he's the most violent, the most aggressive D tackle we gonna see today or
Mm.
tonight when we watching these clips. Like this dude, number 11, this attitude, look at that. We need this in Chicago from our defensive tackles. He played on the outside. I know y'all seeing it right now. He played on the
Mhm.
outside, on the inside, mixed it. I know you don't like those tweeners, but Micah Parsons make a living moving around that line of scrimmage. And
Max Crosby
this
too.
dude, Max Crosby, is another one. Like I said, that's not the biggest dude. You double team him in the league, you get, you might be able to get him.
Mm.
I put my faith in Dennis Allen and that defensive coaching staff to develop him. Look, I'm telling you, when we go from him, and I didn't want to start with him, but when we go from him and we look at these other dudes, we're not gonna see many dudes that stop the run and get to the
Mm.
pass the
Yeah, he
passer
moving.
aggressive like this.
Yeah, he's moving.
aggressive though and violently. So
He got good ball vision though. He know where the ball at.
yep.
He knows where the ball is.
Look at his stats that he had. So look, what they got, the NFL has his comparison as Christian Wilkins. That's his
Okay.
comparison. Now, Christian Wilkins, we all heard, we know what he going through, whatever, the controversy surrounding him. But that dude, the dog, he can play some football. And look at that. Oh my God. He handling double teams pretty well. On some of these clips, he handling double teams pretty well. But I don't know if that, he's a smaller dude. Mixed it. I remember we was talking about what D tackle we were talking about. And I think you just didn't like how like small they were. He was just a smaller dude. I think they were under 300 at D tackle. And maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you like that too much.
I think
He gonna fill out his body. He gonna get more weight on him. NFL muscle, work out in that NFL program, nutrition program, training program. And I'm telling you, if we can get him at 25, that's a steal. I don't know if he's gonna be there at 25 though. I'm gonna just say that I don't think he'll be there at 25. But if he is, mark my words, these next guys we look at, they not gonna look like this. This dude is an animal. He is violent. He's very aggressive. Just thoughts on what y'all seeing while I pull up some of his stats. And look, first of all, before we continue, the combine numbers. None of these dudes did shit at the combine. None of these dudes did. They didn't run no 40s. They didn't do too many drills at the combine. Let me see what drills he did do. Yeah, he didn't even do the 10-yard split. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I think honestly, with that on that note though, I know on that as it's like a 7. I think they shouldn't make them. It should be a mandatory thing to do the combine.
Oh
Or
yeah,
just don't have it at all. Don't have it at all. If you're gonna let people pick and choose, then just don't do it. Don't have it. Because then you end up with Ruben Hippolyte.
yeah, who didn't get invited to the
Didn't even get invited.
combine?
You know. But yeah, no, I was watching it too. Obviously, you were talking about what's the name. I was on his page watching him, and that was what my thing about Javon Dexter is like. I don't see that motive
Oh
like
my
we saying
goodness.
like this dude he act in his vid like he knows where that football is like
Yeah.
he don't get he not getting stuck on blocks like and like you said he kind of undersized. I mean he gonna have to put some weight on him though. But I just like how he split the gap on some of these offensive linemen and just get in the backfield and just kind of affect the play. Like you don't have to be, especially like D tackle. Like I know a lot of people was bringing up, stats and all this kind of stuff, but stats don't really equate to how you affect the game. Like we were talking about Jalen
Yes.
Carter, like he wrecked the game. He had like 3 sacks or some low ass number of sacks or something. But if you watch him, it's like you turn the whole play around. Like you're not letting them do what they want to do. So. And that's what you need. And the hustle got to be there. It got to be there. You can't, what I'm saying, just because he ran past you don't mean you got to stop. I mean, I know we talked about it last time. And we laughed about, like, Andrew Billings. But, he tried. The big as he is, he was still trying to get upfield to, make a play, all that kind of stuff.
Effort for sure.
Effort.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what I do like about him. He got the effort. He got the vision. I just don't. It's just the metrics and the analytics and stuff. I don't want to. I mean, hopefully, maybe it hurts. Maybe other teams like he's too small and he does drop 25.
Oh my gosh, I hope so. I really do because
We can wish. We can wish it works in our favor. So, I mean, that's all I gotta say.
and plug and play, dude. Like I was saying before, a couple weeks ago, the way we handle free agency, the guys you draft early on, like your first pick, your second pick, and your third pick, at least those 3 guys gonna have to be starters. They're gonna, you know what I mean? There's no wait and develop, rotate. We need them to be starters with the holes that we got on his team. Safety, D tackle, edge rusher, just 3 positions right there. So I think he can start right away. I really do. I really think this dude Man, he fight the entire time. I'm just looking at this film and double
Mhm.
team right there. Take it on. Now I don't think he's gonna be able to do that easy. But
I mean, even that right there, like, look, you you
make
having
him
the
bounce
guys
it
in
out
the
a little
yeah,
bit
bounce
more.
it out.
Yeah.
Let them. I mean, use the field as a defender. You know,
Mixed it. You got anything you wanna comment on with Peter Woods before I give out some of the strengths and weaknesses that they have on Peter Woods?
Uh, I was gonna say,
And by that I mean NFL.
the the one thing that I think, well, the one thing I try to look at when I'm looking at a lot of these people film, and it's like the hardest thing for me to gauge is whether or not if this person is gonna be somebody that's gonna be really effective in year one. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
But when you're looking at their tape, it's like you always gotta acknowledge the fact that they going against other college players. They're not going against people that's the 1% of the 1% in the
Right.
league. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, it's hard
Katie,
to gauge, but then it's like this is like one of those people that you talked about that where you said like they stats might not affect. I mean, they might not reflect how much they affect the game. You know what I'm saying? Like like you said the same thing when we had the first Packers game when you said that Micah Parsons didn't get the sack on Caleb, but he was all over the field. You know what I'm
he's
saying?
all over the field. Yep.
And then when you look at like Peter Woods and his like the grades and stuff that PFF give him and all of that stuff, he didn't rank super high. He didn't get a lot of tackles and all of that stuff this past year, but he constantly being talked about as a round one pick. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta take that stuff into account. And I it's like I guess as far as him and his size and whether or not if I feel like that's an issue, because you is right, I really do not like that tweener hybrid build that much, but it's like you can't deny it when it's the best of the best that you see do it and it works. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see Micah Parsons play that role, or when you see Max Crosby play that role, where they on any position on a D line or whatever, it's like you can't deny it. But if you try to put somebody in that role and it don't work, it just looks like it's 10 men on the field instead of 11. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And the fact, so and that's the thing. That's why I'm so upset. Which I'm gonna try to get that put together real quick. The Caden McDonald, like that's not a tweener. Ain't no in
Exactly.
between in
Kaden
that
McDonald's are
motherfucker.
like 330 or something
That
like that.
motherfucker is right smack dab in the middle, and we gonna talk about him. But yeah, like he
But
ain't no tweener.
so
He ain't.
before we get into that, which build would you rather have? Like what kind, like as a D tackle, or like if you get a person that's like the archetype of like a Peter Woods, you're not really looking at them as like a true three tech. You know what I'm saying? You kind of just looking at them as damn near whatever you need. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the
But I'm
versatility aspect that
Peter
they
Woods
talk.
is my three tech. He's going to collapse the pocket, get in the backfield, and that's what I need for my three tech.
And then as far
Now,
as Katie McDonald is like, we got like 60 pounds on him. He's
yeah, clog up
absolutely
the
playing
lane,
that.
clog the drain. That's what
Right.
you're not
Mhm.
gonna get in the backfield. You're not gonna be flirting with tackles, although he had a lot of tackles for loss for Ohio State. He ain't chasing nobody down. He not, you know what I mean? But he not gonna he not Katie McDonald is gonna stop the run. He's probably the best run stopper we look at on tape. If I can get that turned
Mhm.
around real quick, but him, this another. So that's another. There's gonna be another theme. Some of these dudes stop the run. Some of these dudes get to the quarterback. Not many do both. I do think Peter Woods do both. He's just small, man. He's just small. And I remember another small defensive tackle who is a future Hall of Famer, Aaron Donald. He ain't Aaron Donald. I'm not saying Aaron Donald,
Mhm.
but
So Aaron Donald is,
the
he didn't
small
play
ones,
small.
Yeah, he ain't play small at all. But yeah, I mean, is it was so? So if I'm gonna answer your question and try to relate it to the Bears and like what the Bears need, I mean, do we need a pass rusher at a 3 tech to like do a 3, be the engine of a 4-3, or do we want somebody that can just clog up lanes, Vince Wilfork type, Albert Hainsworth,
Mm-hmm.
and stop the run? Which I mean, I think we need both at this point. So
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what you think about that, Wes, or
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. We need a like I said before, we need a facelift. We need a full we need a full line. Like we need somebody to do everything. And I mean, I guess you could say he probably fits what they looking for more than the other guys because of his diversity, and that's what they kind of want to do, so they can maybe play exotic and fast. And Dennis Allen can, I guess you can call him the yin to Ben Johnson's yang. He wants to mix it up and be, his blitz packages and all that kind of stuff. I think he would fit, but I mean, like I said, I like McDonald more in a sense because it's simple. It's no runs. No, you can't establish the run. You're gonna have to, you know what I mean,
yep.
pass it. Like you got to pass it. Like, and I think he's gonna, take that down. And that was one of the things we really can do. Like mixed it. I always say, like a lot of the running backs that we got in this division that we're in, they can't hurt you, and we saw it. You know, so we probably need somebody that can affect that run game to, throw those, especially our divisional opponents off what they want to do.
Yeah.
So
And he got the
Peter
size.
Woods.
And he got the size right now, and he got that
Oh no,
NFL body.
he coming in size already, and he's only gonna get faster once he start
Mhm.
working out in the NFL. But
Mhm.
His
so Peter
2025
Woods,
stats,
you
21
say
solo
what
tackles. I'm looking at his stats right now.
for Peter or
Mhm.
yeah, go ahead and put those out this while I'm trying to get this Caden McDonald tape turned around. Because
Okay, so he
go
got
ahead.
21 solo tackles, 3 sacks, 6 assisted tackles. Um, let's see, he had
But see,
21
and his numbers are not eye popping at all. This is what
right,
I was talking about, where
exactly.
numbers don't tell the whole story, and I like that. Like, give me the no numbers from Javon, and like when I look at the tape, I can pick out, oh yeah, he did this, and he didn't get the sack, he didn't get the
Mhm.
whatever. But keep going with the numbers.
Yeah, he also had 14 total pressures and 2 QB hits. So that, like I said, this is definitely one of those players that you talked about where it's like they numbers don't always tell the story, but they could have a big effect on the game. And like I guess the question that we're really trying to answer is whether or not if we cool with the Bears taking him at 25. And I'm fine with it, but the one thing I'm trying to, I guess, answer myself is whether or not if I feel like he's somebody that's gonna take, more than this season to come along. Because
Mhm.
as much as I feel like we got time with Caleb and all this other stuff, like I kind of want to I want to get to a bowl before it's time to pay him. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I feel like they kind of punching on this clock where it's like you got to get like my biggest thing in the draft is getting somebody that like who can come on and be effective the fastest. You know what I'm saying? Who don't need time to bake in the oven that much. You know what I'm saying? Like Hippolyte, for example. Hippolyte was not ready year one. Is a raw project, so to speak. Same thing with Austin Booker, but Austin Booker got better over time. Now Austin Booker is like he on the same timeline as Caleb, so it's like he almost out of his rookie deal. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And we don't have a just a bona fide answer. I want somebody that can like a a true round one pick is gonna come in and be effective day one.
I agree with that because you like the way they handled free agency. You have to get guys that's gonna come in and be plug and play, like plug and play. I do think Peter Woods is that though. I think he'll be the best defensive tackle that we have day one. I really do when I look at his film. As far as are we going to take a D tackle there? Should we take a D tackle there?
I think we should.
Like I was saying, I was trying to
think we
find a
should.
list. I don't know if y'all got the list, but of who like all of the free agents we signed a lot of fucking D tackles. They signed a lot of D tackles. That lead me to believe maybe they're not gonna take a D tackle there. They're gonna take an edge. You know what I mean? We took a.
Yeah.
I think the only edge we signed was it Street, Contavious Street,
Yeah, Street, Contagious Street. Yep. I think they was on him.
and so that made me think maybe they feel like okay, we gonna get a lot of whatever, but I don't know because maybe also they didn't do that because they got Montez Sweat and they got Austin Booker who they like and they got a motivated Dio Odangbo. So they like, okay, we're not gonna spend in free agency anymore on that position. You know what I mean? Because if you want to think, if you really look at it, we only spending money at D tackle. We only really spending money on Grady Jarrett. Jervon's on a rookie deal. Chris Williams ain't here no more, but then everybody else is like, you get what I'm saying?
You got
There's
Shamar,
nobody
you
you
got
spending on.
Javon,
Yep.
and everybody else is basically 1 year vet minimum kind of deals going out there.
Exactly.
So,
Yep.
like I said, I think they just making that defensive line room deep as possible because they want fresh people out there every snap with my test way,
Which makes sense. Yep.
which is what you kind of want.
Y'all
Talent
said
has happened
before that
to
y'all think Shamar gonna play more on the outside, right?
More, I don't know about more or less, but I definitely think he gonna play across.
Yeah. I think he'll play across the line.
I don't know about like, yeah, I don't know if he gonna play more. Where would I like him? I think he's small. He's a small D tackle. He's always been a small D tackle since we drafted him, and we talked about it, Wes, when we first. They moved him. He had to put on like 25 pounds in college just to move. Exactly. And that still wasn't enough. So, yeah, I think he's mixed. You talk about tweener, that's a bona fide tweener.
Right.
Yeah, and him on the inside ain't working for me.
Yeah, he's not big. He's not big.
And I mean, he's gonna have to rely on his speed. And like I said, like they want to be young. It's possible on defense, and and fast. And I think that's like I said, that's why Hippolyte got drafted. Shamar, it's like we want to, you know, be as agile and as quick as possible and catch people off guard on defense.
Right.
So I think that's what they're going with it. But I think the reason Shamar don't play in the middle is because, like you said, you got Dario, you got Sweat, you got Booker, and then you got Street. It's
Whose tape is this? Is this Woods again?
Is it Wood? I believe this is Wood still. Yeah, this is still
this
Wood.
is Woods playing up there. But yeah, and it's like you don't got no. I mean, you got like Grady, and you got Javon, and then
Oh
what they
shit.
went and got the
Mixed
dude
it.
from Tennessee.
You putting the comments up there? Put the
I
comments
was.
up there. Yeah, some of them coming in. Bear Truth saying something. I'm trying to get this Cade McDonald tape turned around. My bad, Wes. I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to make sure.
No, you're good. You're good. No, I'm just saying it's like you got the options on defense. Man, if they're great options, I'm not gonna say just yet. But when you're looking at the defensive tackle position that we have and the guys we have, I mean, like I said, you got Grady, but you know what I mean. He's the old guy. So I mean, how many snaps is you really gonna run him through? the entire season. And then you got Javon, and it's like you want him to get the snaps, but is he going to be effective enough to continue to get those snaps? And then, like you said, they keep picking up a veteran here, a veteran there. Who they just got? What's his name? You said Lynch, right, from Tennessee, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I see those guys, like I said, as depth pieces, insurance pieces, some, just in case kind of, you know, it
Well,
don't work out in a way. I don't know, but I don't know if we want to be tremendously thinking like that. Like you said, we want somebody that's just come. Like I said, week one it should be Montez Sweat and three young bulls, including Austin Booker, I think.
you
But
see,
then you got Dido. It
that's
was
kind of my whole thing to like, and I'll tell y'all, because like when we talked about this, I said to me, I wanted a D-tack in the draft more than I wanted an edge in the first round. But after they made all these moves in free agency and all of that stuff, to me, it's like if you go edge, you need somebody that you can like that somebody that's gonna command that the offense they got to stretch to kind of absorb what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like everybody talked all last year about Montez Sweat get double teamed, and that's why this and that's why that or whatever. I need to see. I need some people. I need to see like like them have an effect on the other side of the line to where Montez is getting more of these one-on-one situations. It's going to
Mhm.
be more
Right. You
effective.
got, forcing them into it.
Yeah,
Because I mean, obviously,
they got to
Grady
stay true
Jarrett,
to it. Yeah, you know what I'm
Grady
saying.
Jarrett and Javon Dessa wasn't scary enough, effective enough, or doing enough to where it was
They didn't
like,
command right. They didn't command enough
right,
attention.
right. And then, like, let's see, Dio went down, Turner went down, Austin didn't even start the season, right? So it's like, yeah, now you can double Montez. Cause you got Chris Williams, okay, and then you got Billis, and it's like he's just massive in a way. So
Yeah.
you want people on the, like I said, and this is why I said when we get to him, I wanted McDonald, because when you just look at me like we have to do something about this guy.
See, the thing with McDonald, and I'm mad at myself right now because this was the perfect, he was the perfect like conversation of
Contract.
yes, of like
Mhm.
you want that dude, like, do you want that Vince? Like, to plug it up, like literally like clog the glank,
Mhm.
the drain.
Yeah.
But
I feel
He
like that's
solves the run
gonna be an
defense
upgrade.
problem. He just don't solve the pass rush problem.
Yeah.
exactly. And
And then the pass rush problem get talked about way more than the run defense, even though we watched all them games and we know how bad the run defense
The
was.
run defense, but I think the pass rush gets talked about the most because I mean you're paying an edge $100 million, and we ain't got no pass rush. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. Now we was paying him, you know, $42 million or something. It's like, oh well, you only paying him 42, so what you expect? You pay, but we paid enough that we should have some type of pass rush. And then if you flip it around, now we're paying 150 million total on our defensive ends between him and Dio. So now you got $150 million and you don't got a pass rush.
Right.
So it's like,
let's see, is this
okay,
the
we can go
wrong?
get five lynches and five, streets and all of that, and just have a room full of, you know what I mean, guys
Pass
in
rush
there that just
fatigue.
rotate in and out and hopefully make some shape. But
So so just to finish off the Peter Woods and move on to the next guy.
mhm.
These are some numbers, some PFF numbers. 2025 season. Overall grade was 72.5. He didn't crack the 80. Run defense was a 74.2. Pass rush grade 64.4. 3 sacks, 14 total pressures on the season. Some of his weaknesses they got. They say he played tighter, but plays lighter, but gives more ground against single blocks. Short arms prevent him from keeping blockers out of his frame like that. He does. He 31 inches. Um, what else they got on his weaknesses? He took some chances that failed to pay off in the run game. Can't do that. They also say he has no real primary moves to rely on um, in the trenches. So those are just some. He had more. I just wanted to name a few. I could get to some of his strengths, but we just watched the whole highlight tape of all his strengths. So I don't think the strengths is that big. And again, like I said, NFL comparison, Christian Wilkinson. So there you go on Peter Woods. My favorite guy, I would be interested to know who y'all favorite guy is at the end of this or during it or however we do it. But Peter
Well,
Woods. Go
yeah,
ahead.
I'm gonna be basing my favorite guy based on this conversation. That's for sure. Because I don't know yet.
Okay. Let me. So let's see. Who do we want to go to next? Let's do Lee Hunter. Lee Hunter, another guy in his top 5, top 6 defensive tackles that
You need to become a bear.
maybe maybe go top, maybe go first round. I know for sure Peter Woods is going first round. I don't.
They said he did not have a good combine, so they don't know if he's first round anymore. But
Who was that? Lee.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. No,
Now this is like
what did
that
they do at the
interior
combine?
that's like
Like they
more of
practice.
like what I was kind of asking about in terms of like Lee Hunter. He's 6'4", 330, big dude, but he
Much bigger than
Peter Woods,
It was there.
but he's like one of those people that also don't got a whole bunch of like a high stat line. So to
Go.
speak.
You got his numbers up.
Yeah, I'm pulling them up, bro. Okay, yeah, I got it. So solo tackle 16, 2 sacks, 9 assists, 16 stops, 19 hurries, 4 QB hits, 25 total pressures.
So and then just to compare. So I got the graphic up.
Oh yeah, okay.
Let me pull up Peter Woods again real quick. Like you see the difference. Like Lee Hunter is all in the 80s, 80 overall grade, run defense, 72 pass rush grade, 25 defensive stops, 26 total pressures last season. Peter Woods again, I'll pop it back up. Yeah, 3 sacks, but the numbers is different. Numbers don't tell the complete story. Let me get his clips up. Mix, did I cut you off or?
No, you good. But I would say this though, like just looking back at it, is like they both play 2 different styles of football. You know what I'm saying? They definitely play different styles of football. Lee Hunter being 330 though, you wouldn't think that he would have a higher pass rush grade than Peter Woods. Peter Woods got a 65.4, Lee Hunter 72.1, 84.5 against the run, which he should be better than Peter Woods at, and he is. So is that and the fact that he still turned around and pulled out more pressures, and he's still stopping the run. Like I like that type of football where it's like you can't come up this middle, but I'm still athletic enough to make plays elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't just stop the run. So I like that.
So Peter Woods is a 3 tech. They got Lee Hunter as a nose tackle, so he's directly over the center. We need a 3 tech. We need a 3 tech. We also need a nose tackle. It's gonna be like that's how it's gonna be. Like, what do you like? One stopping? Do you want pass rush? Do you want a 3 tech? Do you want a nose tech? Lee Hunter. Here's some of his highlights. Bear Chief, I know you wanted us to put it. Hold on. I gotta take that down first. All right, here we go. Here we go, Lee Hunter. Let's watch some of what this kid was doing out there last season. Mixed it. Can you please just go over his measurables again? How tall and what's his height and weight again?
6'4", 330. Let's see.
Also, I'm gonna just say this. This was my number two.
Mm,
Lee Hunter was
Okay.
number two for me.
yeah.
Yes.
Peter Woods had the edge, huh?
hmm Look at, oh my gosh. Just watch him. The only thing I see with Peter Wood, with not Peter Woods, with Lee, he plays like he just gets a little too high. He's always high.
Mm-hmm.
Watch him. He gets it. He look how high he is. He's just standing
Mm-hmm.
up. Watch him. Look at him. He not. He just stand up. Now you can get away with that when he's like you said earlier, mix. These is other college dudes, but look at him. He's just standing up. He's standing up.
Mm-hmm. But remember,
Standing up.
that was kind of Austin Booker issue his rookie year. Like
Standing up.
you too.
That was better actually. My bad, Wes.
No, I was just saying. Well, that was his kind of thing. It's kind of like you were saying, Mix. Is that something we can fix in OTAs right now before we start the season, or is that something that's going to have to linger throughout, and then we have to get
I,
better
I
the next second year?
I
You know
think
what I mean?
I think with Booker's because when like if you watch his tape when he was in Kansas, Booker was always in a 2 point stance.
Mm,
Always. And Matt Eberflus did not have him doing that shit
mm,
when he was coaching him. He was always in the 3 point. And I think
mm,
coming from a 3 point stance, he came straight up and got high. Whereas like in the
mm,
2 point stance, you see him shooting in the backfield like a fucking rocket. And then this year, DA kind of just had him. He had him back in that 2 point stance or whatever. And we just seen him. I felt like I seen him look way more.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Slimbo Boogie. Let me just say this. We're gonna talk about Christian Miller as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those later guys. We focusing on the first round pick that we got, the 25th pick that we got. He also said 900 pounds of beef added to the trenches will have me hyped for the regular season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because we need it. We need it. Like I said,
We
this right
need
here,
it.
this was gonna help your $150 million defensive ends.
If Booker come out and give us 8 to 9 sacks next season, I'll be more than happy.
What do you
Oh
have
my
this past season?
gosh.
Six,
Six.
six,
No,
and
I
he
think
Austin
missed the
it's
Booker
month.
five.
has
It's
six
five.
sacks.
He had five. He
So
had five.
5. Okay, I know
He
some
had
some
5 sacks.
somewhere 5 or 6.
I
Two
think
of them came
Javon
against
had
Green
6
Bay.
though.
No, they took
Yeah,
those away. He would have
they
had
took
more
one of
in
those
Green
away.
Bay.
They took. I was just saying,
Yeah.
did they take at least one of those away? I know
Bro.
you would have had more.
And he
But I,
played 250 snaps less than Montez, bro. I'm telling y'all.
mm-hmm,
I feel like if he was just straight up starting defensive end on the other side at the beginning of the season,
mm-hmm.
Austin Booker would have turned some fucking heads, man.
He got a little
Hey,
bigger too. You can see he put that
yeah,
weight on that we was
Yeah.
actually Wes. You remember we were talking
yeah.
about
Tell him
he
not put
needed to
some
get
weight
that
on it.
weight. He
Definitely
got the
got
Max
that.
Crosby size. Now we just
Yeah,
need you to,
play
put it all
He's right.
together.
He's got like fucking super long ass arms.
super long
Like
arm like that.
he
That
is
one
like
hand punch. That
chopping
one
shit.
run.
Oh my god, he just knocked his
That
own
shit
hand
is a
over.
deep. That's a death punch. Every single time I see him do it, I'm like, why? Just keep doing it. Just hit
So
him with that.
so
Just hit him with that left hand every time.
what y'all seeing from Lee Hunter right now on the tape, on the film? Like I said, you could grade the highlights. I don't care what nobody
Yeah.
say. Don't just watch. You can grade the highlights because everybody highlights ain't equal. I'm tell you that right now. I
Mhm.
can show you Javon Dexter highlights, and they ain't gonna be equal to other D tackles highlights that we look at in the league or in college. But just Lee Hunter and what y'all seeing from him, and since we only saw two guys, what y'all think compared to Peter Woods so
So
far?
I'll go first and I'll say this. What I'm looking at more than anything is these
Mhm.
plays that's not coming out of the
Oh
shotgun
shit! Hold on,
and
give me a
stuff like
second.
that. Um, these plays
Again, these
that
are NFL films, film room highlights. My bad, mix that. Want
Mhm.
to
these
give them
plays that
credit.
they taking under center or whatever. Like he had, like there was one that they was like in a single back wing, and what I'm really looking to see is like his gap discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Mhm.
think his size in itself
is something that's going to translate well to the NFL when he get there, and I think that that's going to kind of shorten up that learning curve because he's going to be able to use that size to his advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys that he going to be competing against, they're going to be some big dudes too, but he not going to
Absolutely.
be a dude that just going to be able to get pushed around. And I'm trying to
Mhm.
see like how disciplined is he in like being able to kind of close out these gaps and stuff like that. But
Work with your team. Work with your
right
other D linemen
Mhm.
on the line with you.
now in these run sets where they not, like I think a lot of these college offenses they kind of trying to run away from him. You know what I'm saying? They're
Mhm.
trying to run away from his size. In the NFL, like you said, they feel like if you feel like he kind of coming up a little bit high, chances
Yeah,
is
look like
somebody gonna
he's
look
high.
somebody like one of these defensive coordinators in the in the NFL gonna say he's high, and they gonna say we gonna run that shit right here, and we want y'all to put him on his damn heels since he keeps standing straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like those type of things is what's gonna get pointed out or whatever. So
Right.
it's like I'm trying to look and see like, do he got good gap discipline and stuff like that? Because Peter Woods definitely is faster off to the line of scrimmage than him, but at the same
Mhm.
time, he's not moving as
Oh
much
yeah, no,
weight.
his get off is
Yeah.
crazy. His get
You know what
off
I'm
is
saying? Exactly. So it's
but
like,
as far as like that pad height, kind of like with the class that we brought in on the offensive side of the ball last season, we're hoping Dennis Allen can say we do take Lee coach and develop this kid. You know, we developed a lot. Kyle Monungai, 7th-round pick. We didn't see him the first 4 weeks. They developed him and made sure. Now, the enemy was a big part of that, but so was Ben Johnson. He installs his own run game. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And especially the pass game. Develop these rookies, not just draft and hope they can, but develop and teach. And I think we got the coaching staff to finally do that. We didn't have that in the past. So if we do take a Lee Hunter, like say such and such, Caleb Downs is your not Caleb Downs, Caleb Banks is your guy. Whoever
Mhm.
I've got faith that we do have a coaching staff that can teach, that can develop them to be what
Mhm.
fucking Lee Hunter, get your ass down. Pad
yeah,
Mhm.
height,
Jonah
pad height.
Jackson and
Jonah
Darnell Wright gonna
Jackson.
punch a hole in
They
his
gonna punch.
motherfucking
That's
chest
what I was
every
gonna
time.
say. The same thing. I was gonna say we got the
Dan
offensive line to
Roshar gonna
tell
tell
him
him put him on his ass every time he
stop
get
doing
up
that.
like
I'm gonna stop doing that. Stop doing what? Hold on, let me show you.
that.
That's how it's gonna be. That's what Tony and them gonna do. That's what, like I said,
Yeah.
Jonah and them gonna do. They're gonna say, "Let me show you.
Bear
This way."
Truth said hard to get a good feel off highlights, but you see why he a higher pick, but you do see the hip stiffness. Yes, plays high and don't have top change of direction. He's a bigger dude, bigger dude. So here you go.
He
You
ain't
see it.
gonna
You
hurt.
can
He ain't gonna
when
be
you
like
look at
me.
my bad, Mixon. When you look at Peter Woods and you look at him, yes, you see hip stiffness in him. You see the less change of direction. This is a bigger player, a bigger defensive tackle, but also Bear Truth, come on, man. You can grade the flashes. You can grade the flashes now. Go, like I said, pull up some defensive tackle flashes. You can grade them,
Mhm.
and they ain't gonna all look the same. Everybody highlights don't look the same. So
Right. And I like, even though like with him, I like both of them kind of, but with him too, it's kind of like you say he already got the body and the size for the job,
mhm.
and he know what his job is. So he getting the stats ain't gonna show, and like you just said with highlights as well. But we talk about, like we were just talking about Jalen Carr,
Like
like
this play right
changing
here.
the play. You making them play
We
outside
ran
and
that play for me
uncomfortable.
real quick, my bro.
I got you. Keep going, Wes.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying that. That's why I want a bigger guy, just to keep everything in front, and that's gonna because like you said, the whole entire defensive line gonna be working together. It's gonna feed your defensive ends. You still got, you got your, you got your linebackers. You're gonna have we know Kyler Gordon's gonna be blitzing. We know like all this, like the rest of this defense can feed off. Hopefully, Zoffrey will come out and be, I mean, it could, like, he can affect the play so much. Just, I feel like, instantly, to where it's
Mi-
like you don't have to
oh
do
my bad.
no finesse. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to do too much trickery when you just got a big ass dude down there who just, because you see his hands is
Right.
he on every one of these plays. Like, even if he's not the one, you can see,
You can see. Yep.
Yeah,
yeah, his teammate.
the
Look,
way
see how
you
he
play
ran him
football
straight
at
into
that
his
point
homie.
starts
Like,
to
you
look
see what I'm
real
saying?
traditional.
Right. Yes. He's running them into the rest of the defenders. I think is this the
If
one?
he gets a gap, he knows his responsibility.
Yeah.
He knows what he's. And that's what a 4-3
Yeah.
scheme gap. It's
Yeah.
a gap scheme. It's a gap
Mhm.
scheme. Do your job.
Right. Watch.
Don't go in the A
Watch.
gap if you got the B
Watch.
gap.
Yep. I'm watching. Watching. Like I said, I like his
And
vision too. His vision and I like his patience too. He not in a rush because sometimes when you're in a rush and you're on that, that's how you get
That's a nose
embarrassed.
that's gonna command the double team.
Yes.
That's a nose
yeah.
that's
Yes.
gonna free Montez Sweat up to get those one on
Mm-hmm.
ones.
So
Mm-hmm.
and I'm glad y'all talking about this because man, I'm kicking myself right now because the highlights, the tape I'm putting together right now is not what I had before for Cade McDonald and eating, like you said, eating up those double teams, clogging up lanes, and letting. There's a lot of dudes on that man's defense that are going to go first round, and it was because of him. You know what I mean? Cade McDonald was letting them dudes, RL Reese, fly around. Sonny Styles, they was all flying around. Caleb Downs, they flying around and stuffing it because they ain't got to worry about. You know what I mean? He keeping them
Yeah.
clean and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, nah. And then
Yeah, he two
I
defenders on the line by himself.
by himself. But I read the one of the weaknesses for Peter Woods, and they said he can take gambles, he can take risks and jump out of his gap and try to
Yeah.
make a play. And it, you know what I mean? You can't
Playing a
do
little
that.
bit too fast. Playing a little bit
Yep.
too fast. Kind of like
Yep.
Hippolyte though. Yeah, I mean, Hippolyte, you got the speed, but you're playing just a little bit too fast, and that's how you get tripped. Like I said, that's how you get embarrassed or even injured because you you
Uh,
you see one thing and it ain't there, and then you end up, you know, somebody running past. It's kind of like you know what it remind me of. Remember that? What was that? Was that Green Bay
hmm.
when Jalen and Sweat and everybody in Briscoe now ran into each other and fell all down and I think that was Josh Jacobs or something that jumped over them.
Yeah, that was
Remember
like
that
4 or 5
play?
dudes. Yep.
Looking
Yeah,
like
like 4 or 5
damn Three
minutes.
Stooges.
Yeah, it looks so fucking stupid because y'all playing way too fast. Way too fucking fast in that play. And that's how you end up
Uh
getting embarrassed. So,
he had a 5.1 40-yard dash time. I don't think that matters too much.
When you moving
Uh
at a 330, bro, a 5.1 is not a bad number.
yeah, you ain't running. Yeah, it like what you know, 40 yards as a D lineman. We look at the 10-yard split. How fast can you run 10 yards? What's your 10-yard? And it was 1.79. And if I'm not mistaken, you kind of want to be about 1.65, 1 point, in that area. It's a bigger dude. This is a bigger dude.
yeah.
He clearly plays faster than his split. He was almost 1.8, but
Yeah.
It's kind
Uh,
of interesting. The first two dudes that we talked about, though, is like completely different archetypes of each other.
mm-hmm.
Like
It's
mhm.
now,
like
you're really trying to
Warren
figure
Sapp
out what kind
versus
of football do you want to
Michael
play.
Parsons.
Right? Do you want to try to get you a Micah Parsons, or like you said, do you want to try to go for a Vince Wilfork type of like? How do you want to play on your D line? It's like really what you deciding when you try to make these moves.
Did we go over Lee Hunter's numbers for the last 2 years? Did we do his stats? Did we talk about the
No, I
stats?
didn't put up Lee Hunter's numbers. Let me see.
Yeah, go ahead and grab those real quick.
Um,
And so one of his strengths for Lee Hunter is the 6'9" wingspan. The dude got arms. His arm length is 33 and a quarter. Remember, Peter Woods was only 31 inches. That shit matters. If you talk about left tackles, Peter Skoronski a couple years ago, he got drafted as a left tackle. They moved his ass to guard. Your arms are too short. What's his name from New England Patriots? Will Campbell
Will Campbell.
got
Mm-hmm.
ate up. I mean, I'm not saying he got ate up in the Super Bowl because of his short arms, but they are short. They are shorter than teams would like. You say what was?
I said something happened. You got it, man. Yeah. You want to call it arms? That's fine.
They
But
say he fires off snaps with leverage in contact. Okay. Displays adequate balance and recovery through double teams. Yeah, he's gonna take on double teams. He slides with lateral blocks and can make a stand on the move. Changes direction pretty well in small spaces. He's twitchy. He has a twitchy upper body, creates violent sheds against centers. Some of his weaknesses: he's too reliant on his size over his technique when taking on double teams. He lacks feet and efficiency in taking on down blocks. He's limited to early downs and two gap schemes. Lacks initial quickness to create early wins as a pass rusher. So basically, y'all saying he's a bigger dude. That's all I.
He's fat.
He's a bigger dude. You know what I mean?
Okay, he's
That's
fat and
all I
slow.
got.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
But the things that I like what he does well is like what I think the Bears need. Like you need that dude up front that's just going, part the Red Sea. I know he a Red Raider, which is funny, but like part the Red Sea, send them to the left, send them to the right, like because you're not coming this way. I'm too big and I'm too long for you to want to come past me. And like you said, like he commands those double teams, and that's what because if he commands those double teams, like I said, more one-on-one opportunities for your $150 million edges. More, I mean, Javon might benefit from it. He might actually look good. Who knows? You know what I mean? Because I know when Billings was before he got injured, when he was commanding those double teams, Javon was kind of benefiting from that as well, and he kind of looked kind of good, like he had some, I guess, kind of upside, So, like I said, I think that's what I think we should go. That's why I say I think we should go defensive tackle first. Somebody who's going to be effective, like going to command that, going to make it easier for the Austin Bookers and the Dios, and you know what I mean. And somebody that's ready right now. Like you need, like I said, you need to have basically like the middle of our defensive line should be young and ready. I mean, you could throw Dio in that too, but I prefer Austin Book over him anyway. So, but we got to play him because we paying him.
So Lee Hunter, so he had 41 total tackles last season, 2.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble. 2024, he had 44 tackles, 1 sack, no forced fumbles. And then the year before that, he had 3 sacks. So I mean, another player where he's a D tackle, where they clogging that paint, making it tough on these quarterbacks. Just not getting home, helping out their edge rushers, making the QB move off their spot, and things like that. I wish they had the tackle for losses. They don't have tackle for losses on here.
But that's another big thing though. If you can put offensive linemen or put your helmet, into quarterbacks' faces, you the first thing they see when they snapping the ball. Like they see you coming. And I think that's why that one weakness was too slow, like initially speaking, like it's it's kind of off. I think that'll probably hurt him in the NFL, but like I said, something you can teach, technique you can teach, like.
I think.
Are y'all comfortable with taking somebody that don't play, that's not a 3-down lineman at 25?
I think you need to be able to be I think that hurts him as being the guy that I would take. I need a 3-down guy. I don't need a 3rd down pass rusher.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can get that later on in the draft. But yeah, I need you to be if I need you to be a 3-down guy, I need you to be a 3-down guy. That fourth quarter to 4 minutes, you're not coming off the field. You're staying on the field the entire drive until we get off the field. You get up first down, I need you to be out there again. So yeah, and Bear, so good question, because Bear True coming in saying to me that sounded negative, because you got to be able to play all downs and be on our D as a D tackle. So
you were talking about Caden McDonald. Do you think Caden McDonald is a 3-down guy, or do you think he's kind of in the same boat?
No, he's coming off the field on 3rd down. I would take his ass off the field on 3rd down for sure.
I think with Peter Woods, he's staying out though.
Yeah, but with McDonald, is different. It's a little different just because I'm gonna take you off just for package. It's not that I don't think you can do the job there. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's just like I'm sure I can get in. Somebody's a little quicker on their feet
Yeah.
there.
So when you rotate somebody in like the Shamar Turners or something like that.
And I'm holding this Cade McDonald because it's not what it was before. So
Okay.
any last Lee Hunter? Anything?
He was my number 2.
Okay.
Did y'all watch
Uh
any like the combine interviews or anything like that?
no, I didn't watch any interviews. I do wish I had more like injuries. I don't have any injury report on these dudes except one, which we're finna talk about next actually. But yeah, no, I don't got interview. I didn't watch any interviews from them. I just know they didn't do shit at the combine.
Yeah.
A lot of these D tackles and D linemen, they really didn't work out and do nothing for real. None of them did a 3-cone.
Yeah.
He just did like the Senior Bowl and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Which is why I said they should force them to do it because it's hard to. I mean, I guess when you
They
are
got the pro
a
day stuff.
GM,
Like, how do y'all feel about pro days down?
I think pro days is home field advantage. It's like I don't know. I think it's kind of like cheating. It's like you need to like to be a good team, like they say all the time. You know, to be a good football team, you gotta create turnovers and win away games, right? That's gonna make it. If you can win away games, not even just like I'm not talking about fumbles or interceptions. I'm like getting offenses off the field. That's what I'm not talking about. Like getting the ball back. That's what I'm doing. And your defense got to travel. So if you only gonna show up on pro day, it's kind of like you just playing all home games to me. And you come like I feel like the combine is more like an away kind of thing. Like you got all these different, it's different environment, different building. You ain't at home. You probably sleeping in a hotel room, so it gives you that kind of like a away game feel. And if you perform, perform. Now, can you perform well at pro day and combine and still suck? Yeah, sure. But you should have to. It should be a thing. It should be.
Well, remember we watched Caleb Pro Day. Didn't we watch his Pro Day live? Or something like that? We did some type of live coverage on Caleb's Pro Day. And I mean, it was Caleb just doing everything that people said that he couldn't do under center. It was just weird. It was nothing. It didn't matter. I ain't gonna lie, it didn't matter. And that's a quarterback, so I'm sure they do different things. Like some people don't run they 40 into their pro day or whatever. But I think it matters to a certain extent, just like the combine. Like I don't care. I care a little bit, but I don't really care how much you can bench 2 plates on each side. So but I do care about your 10-yard split. I care how fast you can run 10 yards as a D lineman. 40-yard dash.
I think should be mandatory. I think certain if you're a quarterback, you got to throw. You might not. I don't care if you run the 40-yard dash as a quarterback. I don't care.
Right.
If you want to, go right ahead.
But
I do want to see you throw the ball.
Yes.
If you're a wide receiver, like I want to see I want to see your splits. I want to see you catch the ball. I want to see you run the 40. You're a wide receiver, or you're a running back, or you're a cornerback. Like I want to see that you could do what I'm asking you to come out here and do. I want to see that if you're a linebacker, I want to see how quick you are. So.
I think people, if you like a day 1 or day 2 prospect, I think you should be required because I don't know. I don't like it. I want somebody on my team that love football, that just want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. You should like what's that Marvin Harrison that didn't do it last year?
Yeah. Like I just want my first round pick at 25 to be somebody that just loved this game. You know what I'm saying? That want to get into it whenever it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I get the not having fallen stock and all of that stuff, but I don't like the politics part of it.
My whole thing is this. If I'm them, to be honest with you, I would go. And if my stock do fall, more than likely I'm gonna fall to like the Chiefs or the Eagles or a contender. Because if I keep my stock high, I'm gonna end up on the Jets or you know what I mean, like the Raiders. Now I'm over here now trying to resurrect a franchise that ain't been shit for fucking 3,700 years, and now I look like so.
Wes, you want to take this comment from Betru?
What I say? Can you guys see Ben drafting Mike Washington running back in the second round? And I ain't
Look,
gonna lie.
I'll say
I,
this real quick. I
the,
he's going if I don't know who Mike, I don't know who the running back you talking about is, but if he is explosive and fast and can hit a home run, I think he'll take him.
yeah,
Second round, I
I
don't know about that,
I
but
don't know about I don't know about second
I think
round,
he's gonna
maybe,
take
but I
whoever
could
he.
see him.
Yeah,
I could see him doing
my
it.
bad,
I
Wes.
could see Ben Johnson doing it. I could see if it's him and Ryan Post, if they like somebody that they don't think is gonna be there, and they like, we like them. If they do fall, these is because I remember he's trying to explain it. I think it was on that show, whatever. He had like the list and the columns of like real Bears and players we like and some other kind of uh, delineation that they had, but like Luther Burden. If somebody that they like a Luther Burden drops down to 25, I don't know what position they play. I don't care what, I don't know. But I
We'll
can
figure
see
it
it
out.
like a running back. If it's a running back or a safety or a left tackle or something, they like, we didn't even think this dude's going to come out of top 15, let alone drop us at 25. They going to do it. So to answer your question, yeah. Yeah, I think I can see them doing it. Do I want them to? I hope not. I hope they stick to the plan and stay. You know. But
So
like you said, it's deep. It's a deep draft at defensive line and safety and everything that we need. So maybe, like I said, they might do like this is the best chance to get a running back. So and we need another one anyway. So
we need another one, especially a future one, because Swift
mhm.
ain't gonna be here for forever.
Yeah, I think the key thing for being in that type of situation as far as running back goes is developmental burner. Development. Like he can take somebody in, like the third round or something like that, maybe the fourth or something, but that already has the speed, the one part of the game that you really can't teach. You know what I'm saying?
Speed
Like,
kills.
yeah. So if somebody like that is on the board, then I don't doubt it. Um, because I do think that he wanted, like, as much as he had a 1-2 punch with DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monanga, I think he wanted
He did. Yep, I
that
already know
balance.
where you're going with it.
Yeah.
He wanted it, he would have took Travion Henderson, and he wasn't going to use Travion Henderson how the Patriots using him. And Travion Henderson actually hit some home run plays, but the way Ben Johnson caught, trust me, he was going to hit. It was some plays that Monangai got that, yeah. Trust me, he gonna make sure he get what he want. And I said this at the this team, Ben Johnson gonna he gonna talk like he like this player, he like that player, but no, he gonna make this team exactly what he want, and it's gonna fit his offense. Benjamin Williams said, "Bear down, what's good, my guy? We in here talking Bears football. There they go, there they go. They go the faces back on the screen. Um, this next guy." We've been talking and hitting that like this the golden ticket right here. Caden McDonald. And look, bear with me because if this I got had permission for everything else. If this, like they black it out or whatever, I'm a oh, look who just showed up. Look who just showed up. Howie. You missed it. We just covered Peter Woods, Lee Hunter, and now we on to Caden McDonald.
We only talking D-tax right now though, so
Oh yeah, he love his DBs, don't he?
yeah. But I know how we got a ton of information on this draft stuff. We've been talking about we might need you for this time. So, you
And
know, we
I
need our
went
Black Bear podcast historian to come through.
absolutely, and I went an hour without plugging the show. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces. We go live once a week talking Bears football. We rolling now. The draft is on the way. We got D tackles tonight. We gonna hit either edge or D backs next week, and then whichever one we don't get to, we're gonna do the following week. It's draft time coverage for the BBP. We're doing it the way we do it. We're not trying to be like nobody else. We do it the way we do it.
And you're gonna like it.
I'm about to say you're gonna like it, but it's worked out for us, huh, Wes?
Yeah.
We've made some good picks. We've seen some good talent go elsewhere, and then we looking, on the other side, like, damn, I scouted him in the draft during draft time. I scouted him. Wish he was a Bear, this and that and the third. But D tackle is deep. Yes, it is. That's why we own a Caden McDonald. So look, like I said, if it do what they did to us with the running backs last year, Wes, remember that when they like start blanking it out, kicking us out, whatever. I'll pivot. I got a pivot option, but I just want to make sure I do it right with these D tackles. Here's Caden McDonald, Ohio State Buckeye, one of many of the Buckeyes that will be drafted from Ohio State. Caden McDonald,
okay,
big buddy.
We know your school list. Calm down.
Measurables on Caden McDonald. Do anybody got him up, or should I can pull him up. I can pull him up. This is a big fella. This is a big dude. I'm not even watching the highlights right now. Let's talk about what y'all seeing real quick.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Am I muted?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Caden McDonald, 6'3", 326. So an inch shorter and 4 pounds lighter than Lee Hunter.
I don't see it. It don't look like it at all.
Lee Hunter's arm length was. Did we get his arm length? That matters a little bit.
He said Lee Hunter was a couple. Yeah,
was it like 33?
33, something like that. Yeah.
It was. You right. So his was 33 and a quarter. Caden McDonald's is 32 and a quarter.
32 and a quarter.
Yep. And Peter Woods was 31. So now you're seeing the difference in these arm lengths. Let me go back to look at some of these highlights just before I get into anything else. Hold on. Whoa.
Howie said I'm muted.
All right, let's look at this dude. AC was good, my guy. We're looking at some of these highlights from these defensive tackles. Let me know if y'all having any issues viewing the. Look at you see number one. Look at them Buckeyes. Let's see what he did. This is your run stuffer. This is your drain clogger. This is who it is right here. He's going to make sure that your linebackers can run free because, Wes, I talked about this a lot. The linebackers can't play without the D-line. You really can't. You got to keep me clean so I can fly free and claw and get to my gap and blow shit up. If you're not doing that, then they just going to get on me. Now I got to shed, and I'm a little late to the spot. But this dude going to do that for you. Arvell Reese. Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles. He had dudes flying around on that Buckeye defense. Y'all remember I wouldn't watch them. Well, I wouldn't watch them in person. Destroy Wisconsin. Now, Wisconsin ain't, but front row seats to it, and it was bad. And I saw this dude all game long. That's Wisconsin right there.
That's it right there.
Killed them all game.
Look,
he is a force. Go ahead.
No, I'm just watching. I'm just watching how wherever he goes, the whole entire offensive line it's moved. Like it seems like he's just moving the offensive line in a direction that he wants them to go. And just look, he's got that look. What you call them, Margaret? Dogs. That's a bear. It was two
guys that I had dog on my list. It was Peter Woods and it was him. Remember I told y'all number 2 was Lee, but this is a dog. He is a dog. for me with Caden, what I see is, like I said, this is a pure through and through run stopper. He ain't getting to your quarterback. He ain't putting pressure. He's not a 3-tech for me. You know what I mean? He can play it. No, I'm not saying he can't play it, but if my 3-tech is going to be the engine of my 4-3 defense, Caden McDonald is not that. Now, can he do it? Yes. Will I be mad if we draft him? Hell fucking no. Look at him. And then the attitude that he play with, this dude ain't no punk.
Mm-hmm.
Get that.
I think Lee Hunter has a higher floor getting to the quarterback. Caden McDonald, yeah, he don't really got a lot of pass rush, but he's also not a player that's gonna play 3 downs. And that's what makes it so hard at 330.
With all that, with that body and all that extra, he could, turn that in, NFL body, you think, or he's just gonna become
He can push the pocket in and close out some of these gaps and stuff like that. But he like how are you gonna get that pass rush run rate up? Like, what do you like? You're not gonna make them faster, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't really know how to quantify that, to be honest with you. But
I mean,
how are TFLs?
I think he had a lot of tackles for loss, man.
He did.
I think he
I
had.
remember I was looking at. Let's see.
Caden McDonald's 2025
2025
season. Yeah, go ahead.
9
I don't
tackles
think he got
for loss, 3 sacks, 65 total tackles. But this past season, he only played 342 total snaps.
Okay.
But in that 342 snaps, he had 9 TFLs, 3 sacks, and 65 total tackles. But that the amount of snaps played, to me, that's what's making it alarming for me. You know what I'm saying? Because Lee Hunter, I think, played 200 more snaps than that. Oh no, yeah, his Lee Hunter was 421, but
421, and what was Caden McDonald?
342, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, 342 for Caden McDonald, 421 for Lee Hunter. And Lee Hunter, let me see how many TFLs he got, because we didn't.
Well, I mean, so let me just. I'll just go down. So these are PFF grades: 86.5 overall grade, 91.2 run defense grade. You ain't gonna see it again. When we look at these D tackles, that's huge, and ain't nobody getting in the 90s. Pass rush grade obviously low, which you see it on tape. We've been talking about it. It's not high. 34 defensive stops last season, 14 total pressures. He ain't getting to the quarterback. But he will stop the run. This is why I wanted to, make sure we got his highlights in here, because this is literally the opposite of both guys we looked at and talked about. Lee Hunter and Peter Woods. This dude just clogging the drain, man. Do we got linebackers if he can keep them clean and keep them free? Devin Bush and TJ Edwards and what's his name? DeMarco, they gonna flow to the ball. He might be great, but
and Peter Woods had 3.5 TFLs. That's what I just looked up. So Lee Hunt, I mean, who is we just talking about? Caden McDonald. He had 9.
Yeah, Caden McDonald.
Let's see, Lee Hunter. Hold on, I'm trying to.
I said jump out and jump in.
TFLs. 2025 for Lee Hunter, 10.5.
How much was Cade McDonald's again?
9. Peter Woods,
So
3.5. So
yeah, so Cade McDonald he can do it. He can definitely do it. Like I said, he got guys that's finna go in the top 4 on his team because of him. And that's Arvell Reese, and if the Jets take him, top 10. But if they want a guy that's gonna shore up and make sure those linebackers stay clean, he's the guy to take. He is the guy to fucking take. For sure. There's dudes on there that don't fit the bill, but fuck the traits. We've been burned too many times just sticking to traits, and I don't like that. I really don't.
yeah, I kind of I get that. I want somebody that's like
Give me a football player.
right.
Did he play
Yeah,
football?
as proven as you can get with somebody that don't got NFL tape. You know what I'm saying? What you good? Wait, hold
Yeah, I
on.
can hear y'all now. I
Okay.
had to jump out and go back in for some reason.
So let me give his NFL comparison, and then Wes, you can give your thoughts on him, because I know this your number 1, ain't it?
That's my number 1, yeah.
2K.
DJ Reader. You say what?
Caden McDonald was his number 1.
That's his number 1. Yep. DJ Reader is the NFL comparison for him, who is not no slouch. That he's a good fucking football player. Wes, just get some thoughts, and then I'll get some strengths and weaknesses on this.
I mean, like I said, my first initial thought is like
I love watching the highlights, man.
Yeah, you gotta watch. Like when you see this dude, when he comes, he's across from you. You like, oh shit! Like he brings that oh shit factor to the line. And I was looking at before I had to jump again. I was looking at the gap between his run stopping grade and his pass rush grade. But I think I'm gonna just this whole entire draft. I'm gonna stand on the heel of. I think we really need to stop the run. We need to invest in stopping the run because we
You
technically
can't rush the
invested
passer
in it.
until you stop the run.
Until
You
we stop
cannot.
the run, we got like I
Gotta
said, we
earn
got
the right.
$150 million. $150 million down there to stop the pass, basically. On
Now,
the edge.
Lee Hunter and Caden McDonald don't necessarily match the quote unquote versatility aspect of what the Bears been trying to bring in, but
Exactly.
you don't like when you got somebody that's that commanding against the run game, that's got a 90 plus PFF grade against the run.
You take it.
You're right. You kind of you take it and you kind of dare teams to try to stop it.
You
Like
talking about that
try to
starter.
figure it out.
You talk about that well that day one ready player, he day one ready. And we talked about like I said, we talked about earlier about the running backs in our division. Could you hey look, I mean him holding up that line, I mean think about we gotta go that and you can just I mean he got and the thing about it is you got that basically like you said a 90 plus grade from PFF on the run. I could look. Gibbs ain't running up the middle when he right there. Or around him, like you can tell that he is causing this ripple effect on the defense that makes everybody better.
Mhm.
And like I said, it's going to make, like I said, it's gonna make Javon probably better. It's gonna make Sweat better. It's gonna make Dio better. It's gonna make Booker. Oh, like
Booker,
them
Kobe
next to each other.
Bryant,
Kobe Bryant gonna feast. Oh man, JJ like
the
the
linebackers.
Mark, yeah, D Jack. You got all like it's just gonna be this trickle down effect. And that the only thing that I'm like you said, mix. The only thing I'm scared of is like, oh well, he doesn't fit that hybrid between like we want us. Like I don't
Yeah,
care.
everybody can't be hybrid shit though.
Right, man. You don't. You
Somebody
look
got
at
to just
Shaq and
be
you just
straight
take
up
Shaq.
dogs at what they do.
You look at like I'm saying. You see Giannis, you just take Giannis. It's look at him. Like I could work with this.
I think I
Yeah,
do
it's like,
whatever
and
the
if you
fuck I
can't
want
work,
in here.
it's like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
So, so let me just go. I was just looking, and I don't know if y'all like Mel Kiper. Do y'all like Daniel Jeremiah? Do y'all like Dan Brugler? I don't know who, but
I
the
think I've seen
first
all.
D. You say what?
I think I've seen all of them.
The first D tackle Mel Kiper has coming off the board is. Let me make sure I'm correct on this. Is Peter Woods to because this is how it's gonna go. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You put Caden McDonald with Daniil Hunter and fucking Will Anderson and fucking in Houston, that's gonna be insane. Like that shit is crazy. But they got the Chargers taking Peter Woods at number 22 overall, or not they, Mel Kiper, and I'm sure other dudes got something different. They got the Bears taking defensive end Zion Young, which we will probably cover next week or the following week,
Mhm.
depending on how we do DBs or edge rushers. The next D tackle ain't taken until Christian Miller at 28. That's crazy. We gonna get into him tonight too. We got a couple more guys in the top, the big six to get into, but they got Christian Miller is the second defensive tackle off the board. Mel Kiper do. I could look at Daniel Jeremiah or whoever else too, but just to just to put that out there.
Think,
Y'all
I
got
don't
anything else, or
know.
should I get into some strengths and weaknesses
We
real
can go
quick?
into strengths and weaknesses. He's high on my board, on the Chef West board. Chef West got him going at 25.
Okay. He was definitely top. After my top two, it was him and okay, I'll get into that more when we start talking about these other dudes. But strengths, tackle for loss production for interior defender was rare. They said he's built well, proportion, thickness. He uses his leverage to pierce gaps and disrupt the play design. Excellent run game recognition. Another rush knocked to him. Displaced up to 3 yards by hip to hip blocks. He plays with slow power, making it tougher to quickly shed. Delayed in activating hands and getting them into blockers. That's it. I named all of the weaknesses. I didn't even name all the strengths. That's all his weaknesses. So I heard a bunch of pass rush stuff, which we already know. You know what you're getting with him.
Right.
You know what you're getting with him. And we saw another player like this go last year. And Caleb's rookie season, we saw he was kind of an issue. Not really an issue, but what's his name? T'Vondre Sweat. This is another T'Vondre Sweat, but smaller. T'Vondre Sweat, big as fuck. I believe he's smaller than T'Vondre Sweat. But that's what he is. He gonna clog that lane up, and for a big dude, he can move a little bit. So
Yeah, but like I said, if you can't look, like we said before, if you can stop the run, guess what? You're gonna get a pass rush.
oh yeah,
You're gonna have a
gotta earn
pass
the
rush.
right. Yep.
You go. They're gonna. That's what. And then, like you said, when you gap, that's gonna benefit. Like I said, Swift. You even brought it up too. Um, with how fast and you know athletic Kobe Bryant is. Now you're throwing the ball most of the time. We talked about it all last season. How you got Tyreek, how sticky he is on receivers. If he's gonna be, and we already know JJ gonna be JJ. Hopefully, he's once he's 100% healthy. Obviously, we suspect that he will be. Then you got Kyler Gordon. Like you're talking about, you can't run up the middle, and then you got the Kyler Gordon coming blitz and playing in that slot. And like I said, you got the guys coming up
Yep.
the edge. And then how good of a linebacker we get in D Jack. We saw that, that especially the second half of the season was how amazing he was compared to, other guys that we was paying money to. It's a I don't know. To me, it's a no brainer. I wouldn't be cute about it. I wouldn't even try to play around with it. It's just, for me, it makes sense.
I mean, and you think about just like how Jaquan Brisker might have been playing with a dude like that up front when he come down in the box and like you said, well, Kyler Gordon too. Kyler Gordon got to be on the field, but how they would play with a dude like that taking up the attention, clogging lanes and everything like that. So that's Cade McDonald. That's West number one. My number one was Peter Woods. This next dude,
My number one is Lee Hunter right now.
Lee Hunter.
I
Okay.
like the fact that he comes with some pass rush upside that you don't necessarily get with McDonald. That's why I was just kind of looking at his numbers again. I like I don't necessarily want him to be a tweener, but I want him to still be athletic enough, you know what I'm saying, to get back there. And because like when I think about the NFC North and the quarterbacks that we got to play with, the same way that I thought about the running backs that we got to play with, like for example, you got Kyler Murray now in the Vikings. I don't really know how that's gonna look. But you got Jared Goff and Jordan Love, who is both kind of like just drifters. You know what I'm saying? They don't
Mhm.
really move around too much. They kind of just drift, then throw. Unless you got Jordan Love running play action or something. But it's just looking at them and the competition in that is why I still want some of that pass rush upside. Not even thinking about us and where we ranked in sacks and defensive pressure and all that shit from last year. Like to me, none of that shit ain't even really what I'm thinking about. I'm just thinking about how to neutralize the competition the best way. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's making me like, as much as I absolutely want to be able to stop the run. I want to be able to continue to affect the quarterback and stuff the same way we've seen some of these players get off towards the end of the season.
Okay. So we all
Yeah,
got
no, I'm
three.
I'm with you on the mix, and I can understand where you're coming from, but for me, it's this solves a problem, and you know it solves a problem, and that's why I just can't get over it. Like,
I
Yeah.
think
you
Cade
know,
McDonald solves if you gonna guarantee
I just feel
if you
like
want
with
to say
like a Lee
fuck it,
Hunter or something like
I'm
that,
going
it's like
yeah.
you can get too cute and misplace them and misuse them in a way, and like you know what I mean, like trying to get him to play in church, but it's like this dude's right. It's kind of like Miles Garrett. We know what he's gonna be at. We know what he's gonna do because that's what he fucking does. So you're not finna try to be fancy with him.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so I'll go real quick. Lee Hunter for me, I don't think he's plug and play. I think he'll be a good rotational guy. I don't think he's really gonna like he can start, but I don't think he's like ready right now like Cade McDonald is because we know Cade McDonald is a fucking run stop
Right.
phenom. And then Peter Woods, y'all know, I think he got the most all-star potential out of all of these dudes. If you're gonna talk about becoming a superstar, I think Peter Woods, even with those low, he got the lowest numbers out of all of these dudes, but I think he has the most potential to become a star. So that's my thought on all three dudes. We got more guys to talk about, especially one that's been. Unless y'all want to get y'all thought on all three dudes real quick. No.
Let's see who else we got on the board.
All right.
I
Let's.
don't know why I can't hear you, Mark Rob. I can hear Mixie, but I can't hear you.
You ain't hear nothing he just said?
Nothing.
Can you hear him now? No?
No.
Say something. You,
Yo,
you didn't hear that?
Nope.
let
I
me.
see him moving. His mouth moving. That's why the only reason I knew he was talking. What?
Wow. Um.
What?
I don't know. I don't know. That's weird.
Yes, you
Um.
have to refresh the page or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me try.
Refresh again. The fact that's weird. Just me, huh? Hunter had the worst vert jump since 1999. We don't need vertical jump. First of all, he's not gonna vert. He's not gonna vert. Wait, so Kate McDonald jumped higher? Yeah, you get hey Mixer, you get I'm like,
All
hold
right.
up. That motherfucker jumped higher? That's crazy.
You good, Wes?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Now I can hear you.
You hear me? I bet,
Yeah,
bet,
we
bet.
You
good.
see how he's coming.
What the heck?
It's gonna block your face a little next time.
Nah, I see it.
But yeah, so all right, so let's go to this next guy. This next guy. Is that the same guy? That's the same guy. The next guy. Let me get him off. Caleb Downs. Not Downs. I keep wanting to say Caleb Downs. Caleb Banks.
Thanks.
Caleb motherfucking Banks. This dude mixed it. Do you got the measurables for him?
Yeah, I
How?
get him up real
Because
quick.
this dude he's been talked about as being the number one guy, but guess what? Injuries are a motherfucker. Hold on. Is it up there? No, it's not up.
6'6",
It's the
330.
6'3", 330.
Yeah, 6'6", 330.
6'6", 330. Them Javon yeah. Now that's what Javon Dexter is. This is a traits dude. You talk about
Mm-hmm.
traits, and they love
Scary.
them fucking traits.
Scary. This is a scary
Uh,
man.
let me get
About
him
to
up
end up.
here. Let me get the man up here.
He,
What's up, Wes?
no, this the one that I'm scared to drop down to 25.
Damn, I'm not seeing
Because
it.
I feel like the Bears is going to like it's just in their wheelhouse of it. The traits 6'6", 330, the fact he broke, like all that kind of stuff is what the Bears seem for just
They like to draft.
yeah. It's like I love getting a deal, man. They love getting a deal. It was just that it was just a fender bender. It'll be all right.
Caleb
Not
Banks.
nothing.
My bad to cut you off first.
No,
Go
you
ahead.
good. I was just joking.
Um, 2024 since 2026, he was dealing with a broken foot. Or 2025, he was dealing with a broken foot. 2024, 21 total tackles, 7 TFLs, 4.5 sacks, team leading 29 quarterback pressures with an overall grade of a 73. Pass rush grade 73.2. Run defense 67.9. That's what I got.
So I'm gonna say this, and I'm right there with you, Howie. And I know a lot of people frowned upon this when they talked about Drake May and then Mitchell Trubisky. Howie said another too tall, no technique, can't stop the run. And he also said something about same school as Javon. Same school. These are the type of players they like, but he is big. And you can't teach height, you can't teach size. This motherfucker is massive. Caleb Downs, let me pull up his NFL profile. But the big thing with him, he just broke his foot. He just broke his foot. How many sacks did he have this past year or the
He
past 2
didn't
years?
yeah, he didn't really play this
He only
past year.
played 3 games this past year, right? So
Right.
what did you got for 2024?
2024 total sacks 4.5.
Mm.
This is all on 422 snaps. And while we just talking about it, I'll say this.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that's 330 dealing with a broken foot,
You're 6'6".
that's tough, man. That's tough. That's tough as hell to take at 25.
It's too much weight on that foot.
Exactly. And it's always gonna be there. Like
Always, literally.
it's always gonna be there. So it's like, I don't know. I really don't know how to feel about that.
This man got 35-inch arms. Oh my gosh, he is a massive football player, man. Guess who his comparison is? His NFL comparison. Y'all want to take a guess, or y'all want? I could just say it, or y'all could take a guess.
I don't know who probably Max Crosby.
Is this somebody in the division?
He is in the division.
Oh,
Is it Jonathan Grenard?
It is not Jonathan Grenard.
he a defensive tackle. Oh,
Is that you want me? Is that a
he
question?
don't. No. I'll
Buckner
guess.
is not
Who?
in the division, but I'm shocked it's not him. It's not Buckner. He's not in the division.
In the division is crazy.
When I say this, y'all gonna be like, whoa. Yeah.
Go ahead, hit me with it.
And I kind of like, did a little bit of, Kenny Clark. That's a good guess. No, I don't think Kenny Clark was 6'6", 3. What was it? 333. Big Dex. His NFL comparison is Gervon Dexter Sr. Absolutely not for me. I mean, okay, so let's look at the tape. Let's look at this film now. Let's look at the highlights now. We've talked a little bit. I got more I want to talk about, but let's actually look at the film, because this is why I like to show the highlights, is we don't just ignore it. Let's look at it and see what we see, and let's talk about it real quick. Mix it out, uncover your face. Caleb Banks. Here we go. All right, what is he doing? Let's see. All right, goal line. Untouched. Nice. Okay. He ran right to your gut. To me, right? We just saw that, right? He just didn't. He just ran right to his gut. Okay, fight. Okay. Let's see. So to what I'm seeing from him, I'm not gonna lie. This is Gervon Dexter, but worse. He's soft. Like when he punches, he don't even. It makes me upset because, like, look at him. It makes me upset because there's people out there who had him going. Let me rewind it. Who had him going like top? Had him going like top 10, top this, top that, and
you said all tape is not equal. That was the one I did not like.
It's all based off traits, because he's big. And I'm gonna play it again, and let's all look at it. Let's talk about it and analyze.
What's his background? Did he come from a different sport or something?
Like exactly, Dominique Robinson type shit. Or all right, let's look at it again. And comment on what y'all seeing. There's nothing. Okay.
Why y'all watching?
Every player we looked at have more aggression than this dude, and he's
why
the biggest.
Y'all watching this? Just tell me, yes or no. Do y'all think y'all could see Ben Johnson taking his shirt off in the middle of the locker room after he plays some shit? I don't see it.
I mean, look at it. just show me some aggression. I wouldn't care if he just took a dude and just bull rushed him straight past and didn't even attempt to stop the play. Show me something that. Look at that. Just don't look aggressive for his size to me. I don't give a fuck about the injury concerns. I ain't gonna lie. What was his numbers mixed? You mentioned his numbers. If you ain't got him, it's cool. But he don't even.
What numbers did you want?
Just sacks. What is sacks?
4.5 sacks, 7 TFLs, 21 tackles. He had 29 pressures though. But that was before he broke his foot. And Howie did say he and I just looked this up too. He came from a basketball background. I don't want no basketball players on my D-line. I don't.
So they got him.
He play like a basketball player. Like,
no, he do. He play like he's but hold on. Who else? Julius Peppers played North Carolina.
Yeah, he plays North Carolina.
Boy, but he ain't Julius Peppers. He
right,
ain't that.
He's not Julius Peppers.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna do that. 32-inch vertical, 9.8 RAS score. Only played 3 games. The three of his 5, bullet points are just nothings. They're nothings. And then 68.5 in the run defense, 68.8 overall grade. Yeah, this is a no for me. It's just he is really in top teams. I listen to some dudes talk about it. The PFF, some PFF guys. If you're gonna, they didn't say you should, but they say if you're gonna take him top 10 overall, you better know that he's gonna be a Bob. What he ain't. He ain't. I'm telling you, I ain't gonna cut his highlight film short, but like, come on, man.
Look at that.
These are highlights.
What a
That was
work at.
good. That was good.
What a
But
work at.
tell me
But that's just coming clean though.
when he came clean. Now tell me when he punches a dude, does he move a dude? That was nice. That was nice. Look at his punch. Okay, you get him on the back end. Like, okay, now see your punch. Go get it. Clog it up. Nice. I like that one. I like that one. I did like that one. I don't like this one. I don't like that one. I really didn't like that one. Double team. Is that your tackle or did his own team tackle him? Like, come on, man. From the dudes we've watched, Lee Hunter, Peter Woods, Caden McDonald, these dudes it's a stark difference in these highlights. And maybe I'm just talking too much. And let me know if y'all seeing what I'm seeing for real.
I'm saying he only effective when he unblocked, basically. Like he has something like.
Ugh, like, do you see
Like
that?
that,
I hate that.
That was stiff.
That was horrible.
Very
It
stiff.
looked like he was trying to look like
He's gonna be
That
defensive line version of what's his name, Braxton Jones, who hurt his foot and has no anchor, and I'm cool on that.
And then he just broke his foot again and at the combine.
Right, like 330. It's like the foot issues.
Like look at that.
Yeah, I was gonna say if like Caleb Banks has to fall for him to get there.
I could see one of the second round picks for him for sure, but
I wouldn't spend a second on this dude.
I was gonna say I wouldn't even do it too. I probably wouldn't do it too. I don't really know how to. I don't know how to judge it, but honestly, it wasn't football play that I looked at that excited me. I would say that.
And like I said, when I was like you were saying, like we was looking at Lee Hunter and all of them, like they had their superpower, if I can say that much, like they that flashed it out there. You know, you can say McDonald, strong, Hulk like. You can say Lee Hunter versatile, like he does both things, run stop and pass rush pretty good. But this just seems and sounds a little bit too familiar for me. It's just a little bit too familiar for me. It's like I've seen this.
Whoa. Way too familiar.
I've seen this movie.
Way too fucking familiar.
And I ain't like it the first time. So why y'all reboot me? It wasn't even good the first time y'all made it. So don't do it. Like I said, this is that one that they feel like they'll do it. Not because I think they feel like it'll be a steal. And it's one of those players, it's one of those ones that all of these journalists and talking heads is hyping it up so much that it's going to almost seem like you should have did it, but you did. So I don't know.
I'll say this: I don't think that they're gonna go that route because I don't feel like he's gonna be best player available at 25. So I don't think that they're gonna take him at 25. I think they'll go a different position before they take him at 25. But I feel like if they do get him early, round 1 or round 2, it'll make so much of the work that you did during during the free agency where you kind of maintain status quo, so to speak. It'll make all underwhelming immediately.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll take the juice right out of it. Trying to.
I mean, it's for me. It's gonna be like all flash no sizzle because he's talked about it so much, and you know what I mean. And for me, it's just I'm trying to think who else on this. I'm trying to think of. I'm not passing up on any other the previous guys for him.
Talk your shot said, are we all
Mm.
that we go defensive end in the first round? No, we are not all in agreement. I'll say that. I don't know what they leaning, but I know we ain't. It's not a unanimous decision on whatever.
What you safety?
I don't know what I am, but I just feel like
I'm
we all
definitely defensive
agreement.
tackle. I'm
I
definitely defensive.
have to look at the safeties or the D backs, and I got to look at these edge rushers, and then obviously who falls to us and who's left, and blah
Right.
blah blah. But like I said earlier, I just feel like they just signed so many D tackles to where it just like they told their hand, and I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong.
Mhm.
We need a defensive tackle. We need a defensive tackle for sure.
We got enough positions of need to where it's like it really can just be depending on how the board falls, to be honest. And that's really
Mhm.
on this plan. It's just like, what do the board look like at 25?
Defensive tackle. I don't know. I'm gonna sit. I think we just need it. We need it too bad. Like you just what you do. Like what we say. What Billis left, Chris Williams left, Dom Rob left, all those guys left, and like you said, Mark Robert, like you just got all these other defensive ends, and then you still got some defensive ends from last season that's still here. So for me, it's like, okay, I think you can still get a good safety in the second round, but I think you really need a beast up front in the defense
Uh,
tackle.
so no, I'm with you. Like if it's those, I think you can get a. I think you can get a good safety. Like I think you can still go pick up one. You know what I mean? If you
Mhm.
I think to play strong safety for us for real, for real. But
Yeah,
I don't know what they
I think
thinking.
it's. I
I
think it
really
would be
don't.
overkill to take a safety at 25. I just think so.
I think it depends on the talent that's available on the board. I really do.
Who would you just what safety would you justify?
Um, I
McNeil?
like I like EMW. Um, I think I think I think Dylan Thieneman is kind of like interchangeable a little bit. EMW to me is like better like playing the ball, but I don't think neither one of them really getting down to 25. I think, to be honest with you, I think a lot of our team needs match a lot of the Cowboys needs. So I feel like I'm kind of watching them to take some of the stuff that we looking to take when we get to 25, which
Didn't
is
they
why.
give up their first round pick? No, they
Take
got
care.
two.
Ooh.
Yep,
Mm.
yep.
And both of them better than 25.
Hmm.
Mm.
So it's like
You
for me,
think
it's like
That's
you gotta pick a position. That's what I'm saying. Pick that. I don't know if I just don't know if next best player is the approach we should go for. I think you go for what you need.
or
and
BPA according to Ryan Post.
What'd you
hmm?
say?
That said or BPA according to Ryan Post, but what is BPA at 25? Like if we
So,
ran
but
our graph 100 times right now, we're gonna come up with a bunch of different results at 25.
that's
Hmm.
the like the long step. Like, okay, so do you go best player available or do you draft for need? Like Wes, you say just get what you need. Do you reach? And so say, do you take a player at 25 just because you need him and you know you could, you know what I mean? You know
Yeah.
he's probably not a first round pick, or do you take that I'm gonna say wide receiver just because he's Luther Burden
Right.
and
So
you know what I
that's
mean?
right. That's like. I mean, you gotta have a. I mean, you feel like you gotta have a plan. I feel like you gotta
You got to.
not split defensive tackles and defensive players in this draft. And I don't know. It's
The
just
same game plan is how they missed out on 5 running backs last year.
right.
Oh, they was
That's
getting
what I'm scared of.
sniped.
You finna miss out
Oh
on. You finna
man.
miss out on all of these guys. All these guys we finna talk about right now. I can say this. So, yeah. If if we look up and Banks is the last one now because the other 5 already went, okay,
Oh, I'm gonna
fine.
be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. I don't
Wow.
want Banks on the team for what?
No, I'm trading down.
You trading
I don't
down.
think Banks
I'm
is
trading
not.
down and I'm going edge or some shit.
Yeah,
And
I'm
like I
not
said,
even
you
fucking
can always
fucking
go edge and still, I mean, try to find like that hybrid kind of player then or something. Maybe it's or safety. I just I
Grizzly
feel
guy.
kind
I'm
of how
with
you
you.
feel. Yeah, I feel kind of how you feel about Braxton Jones in the sense like I don't want him like I don't want to see Grady Jarrett and Jerron Dexter as our interior like. It's just no better than that. We
I
gotta
want
have
some hope, something behind
something
you
like.
know. Because honestly, they gonna take Javon's spot in training camp. You know what I mean?
Yes.
This is not like left tackle where it's like Braxton Jones. Okay, they like,
Mhm.
well, we weren't completely convinced, so we just gonna roll with Braxton.
Right.
No, they gonna take that spot. Braxton is who he is. I'm telling you, he is who he is, and it ain't changing. Caleb Downs can't. Caleb Downs. I keep saying Caleb Downs, my boy, but no, Caleb Banks can't come to this in this
He'll be the. It's
organization
like
at
it.
all.
You just taking a. It's to me. It's like having. They take Banks. It's kind of like having 2 left shoes. You don't even need one. You already got one of those,
You
man.
already got one of those.
It's like, please.
Grizzly guy. Look, we will get into the edge rushers either next week or the week after that, depending on how we do the DBs in the edge room. But right now we on D tackles, and this D tackle we on right now is Christian Miller out of Georgia. Somebody talked about him earlier in the chat, and here he is, another guy. Let me get his measurables and let's mix it. You beat me to it. Let me go, Christian.
6'4", 310.
6'4", 310. Another solid got it. I mean, when you talk about size, that's what you want. You know, you want somebody that's at least 6'4" and up. And then you got the weight to put, weight on you. Let me look at some of this film real quick before I start popping up. So you say what?
33-inch arms.
33 inch. So he's playing. I don't know, that last possession he was outside. So Georgia used him in and out, look like. Let's see. Hold the point of attack. This is an interesting one. Oh, okay. Hold on. Thank you. Because I'm looking at his film. You can bring it back. I'm looking at the film and let me see. I could see Chicago taking this dude. Just because he looked like some of the other dudes we've watched, but he got the size that some of them other dudes don't got. You know what I mean? Like, he not explosive, too explosive, at least, in my opinion, on some of these. He got a lot of pressures, though. Take on the double team. Push him right into his lap. Marshall. Yeah,
I could see it.
I still. You say what?
This looks better than Banks to me.
No, yeah. This is better than Banks for sure. Banks, yeah. Manx was a little bigger, but this is against Tennessee. Let's see what PFF got him. Well, I'll wait. Say he don't finish sacks. Nah, he not finishing. Numbers got numbers on him because he not finishing. So I would be interested to see how many.
Yeah, 16 total tackles, one
Mhm.
assisted tackle, 0 forced fumbles, 12 stops, 14 hurries, 2 QB hits, 16 total pressures. I skipped the sacks to come back around to it because in 378 snaps, he had 0.
Yeah, you can see he's not finishing. You can see it. He will be. He looked like he'll be more like a. And hold on, I won't put it up yet, but yeah, he's definitely more of a run guy. He's a run guy. Sit in the middle and clog up the run. He ain't Caden McDonald.
He's not
but
330 plus though, you know what I'm saying? Like he not in that range to where it's like you don't expect him to come off with some pass rush speed. Like I feel like he is a good size, but you expect him to have a decent pass rush win rate. You know what I'm saying?
let me look at Shamar Turner's numbers, measurables real quick. Because I just want to see something. Shamar Turner. What do you
6'4", 300.
Damn, that's what he measured in at? Sheesh. Yeah, Shamar's a big dude, man. I ain't know he was that big.
And he got 33 and 5/8 inches in arm length. But Shamar's got a little bit longer arms.
Yeah, this
They're about the same height. He just weighed a
to
little
me,
bit more.
this dude is. Remember, I told y'all Mel Kiper had him, and obviously Mel Kiper doing way more looking, but than I've done. But this looks like a second round pick to me. Not a later one, but more. I don't like him as a plug and play.
I mean, I see it kind of six. I can see that, like I said, the last two dudes that we just looked at, I'm like, oh, I already got that shoe. I don't need that shoe. Like you just kind of threw it out there with Shamar, like eerily similar. I mean, we don't know exactly what Shamar gonna turn out to be simply because of the injury and all that, but
Right.
he has that that kind of diversity in his kind of his play where he can what I'm saying, clog up the middle, but you know like you said, they had him on different spots of the line like he can do with a Shamar Turner. I'm just saying, I think he needs to get something that we definitely don't got.
I feel like if you got somebody that's just moving around like that, they need to be like really, really athletic.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need to be able to have the get off to be able to excel at multiple points of entry at the line of scrimmage. And I don't think this is that.
Mm-hmm.
I think like if you somebody like I don't know, like I just feel like if you like one of those hybrid players and you just okay at it, it's a failure. I don't think that is like any in between. Like you're either really good at it or you're a wasted body because you're not necessarily really good at anything. You know what I'm saying? You're just kind of solid. But like I don't like I feel like I'm in agreement that this is more like a day two type of look. But if it is a day two, depending on how you use him, you can't really be too mad at it. Like he's good in run defense, but again, he's not great at rushing passer. Um, and we was talking about somebody like that earlier. Um, was it Caden McDonald who was really, really
Yeah,
good at
yeah.
stopping the run, but he got a really low pass rush win rate. So I don't think he's necessarily like bad. I just don't think he's like this is a great pick. You know what I'm saying? Like I think this is kind of like this would be kind of like along the status quo of how they've been going about free agency. No splash, but like fill a need type of, you know what I'm saying?
So some of his strengths they got for him is he's sturdy and square at the point of attack. Um, he
That's good.
brings knockback pop behind heavy hand strikes. Upper body power prevents blockers from controlling him. He's quick to lock out, peek in, and shed blockers as a two gap scheme player. He has good balance through contact and rarely seen on the ground, which is, oh my God, that's good. He's active down the line to squeeze run lanes, which is, he, from what I was just reading, sounds like I see why he got that 90 run block score. Weaknesses: he lacks mass and girth of the typical odd front zero technique. He saw his feet moved by the big, strong interior of Tennessee. They're gonna get stronger in the NFL. So he doesn't function as a pure gap hog in the middle, kind of like Caden McDaniel does. Average anticipation and feel for the back as a two gapper. Must prove he can anchor and occupy NFL double teams, which, like I said earlier, with um Peter Woods, now maybe Peter Woods is an athletic dog to me, so maybe he could figure that out. But if they get four hands on you, is in the NFL, four hands, oh man, it's gonna be tough to get up off that. You got to be a dog, you got to be big, and I don't know if Peter Woods gonna be able to do that, and apparently this dude lacks that. So Christian Miller lacks that. So like day two, this is when you start getting down to the later the day twos, the day threes, guys like that. You're not taking these dudes at 25. But like I said, Mel Kiper, I took it down. He had him going in the first round. He was a second defensive tackle off the board. So
Yeah,
I
Miller is the second defensive tackle.
I believe so. I really believe so. I'm gonna pull it back up just to double check. But I mean, he was okay. I don't, I didn't think.
This is like the thing about like them saying that the middle rounds is deep because it makes you feel like the top of the line talent ain't as talented as you want a first round prospect to be if these people that's in day two and day three is still as close to him. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's
I,
like,
I,
what are you actually getting in that sense? You know what I'm saying? Because day two and day three is you really taking on people that would be considered to be projects. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at this list trying to figure out, do any of these guys got the potential to be a day one starter? You know what I'm saying? So how much do you take that into account when you look into it?
I do think there's two guys that could be a day one starter on this list. I think Peter Woods and Caden McDonald could be day one starters. Now you're gonna get something different out of them, but I do think they can be like, especially with the Chicago Bears. Yeah, they could be better than what we have
Right.
there. But when you talk about like depth in the middle, it's like, okay, so do you really want to? If you talk about first round picks or even top 10 picks, right? Top 10 picks, there's some top 10 guys that's gonna go top 10 that in the last probably 10 years couldn't sniff the top 10. You know what I mean? But just because it's this year,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta take them just because they the best of the worst, if that makes
Right.
sense. You gotta take the best of the worst. So I get that, and it kind of sucks. Like if you in the top, and I ain't even looked at these dudes for real. Like Bailey, I haven't seen Bailey too much for real, but some of these dudes that's up at like okay, Caleb Downs, that's my boy, Buckeye. You don't want to take him at number 5. You don't want to have to. You don't want to take a safety in the top 5,
Mm-hmm.
and he has the Giants mocked to taking him in the top 5. That's. I mean, it is what it is. Then Sonny Styles. Okay, another one of my guys, Sonny Styles. You got him mock going 7 to Washington. Do you really want to take a linebacker at 7? You prefer to have a, quote unquote premium position
Mm-hmm.
there. But Sonny Styles is a freak. We went crazy at the combine as well. So, but you get what I'm saying. Like last year, previous years, some of these dudes probably would have just been like, okay, Jared Verse went what, 17? You get what I'm saying? Jared Verse went
That's about
17, and he is a monster. Jared Verse is probably the best. Jared Verse in this draft class, Jared Verse would be number 1 easily, easily. So yeah, I get it. I definitely get it.
yeah.
Or was it 15? It might have been
It
15.
was like
15
15.
or 17.
Something like that.
Would have been much higher than that. And even his tape had him going much higher than that. But guess what? Jared Verse was drafted in the same draft class as a crazy quarterback class,
Mm-hmm.
crazy, not a crazy, but some wide
Some
receivers,
wide
a lot
receivers.
of wide
Yeah.
receivers. And then his class, his defensive end class, was deep. So yeah.
And that's what I'm scared of. It's like, I don't know if it's that, like, I don't know if this the draft to be playing around in.
Gotta
In
get your
terms of
guy.
what?
You know, it's kind of like you said, like, do I want to do it this way? No, but I mean, this that kind of draft, you just take what you need, that best player, what position you need. Is kind of, and it sucks that you got to probably do it that way. Because then again, like you said, means they just gonna have a bunch of projects, bunch of, okay, let's see about things year 2, year 3 leak, and we don't got that time to be doing all that. If you ask me.
Yeah, because then when you think about that, you also got to pay attention to the fact that it's like you're not necessarily expecting somebody that's gonna come in round 5 to produce like somebody that's gonna come in round 1. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And like kind of by that metric, I guess you would say like Austin Booker is like kind of like on schedule to really trending overperforming because he did put up 5 sacks and 500 plus pass snaps or
Hmm.
500 some total snaps or whatever. And he did have almost 30 pressures or whatever the case is or whatever. But it's like you looking at that and you like, man, he had 200 plus snaps less than Montez. What happened if he played a full season? But at the
Right.
same time, you saying a guy that you took in the 5th round to be a depth piece to come in here and basically perform like a day 1 starter. And that's kind of like operating with unrealistic expectations unless you just completely negating the fact of where you taking somebody and you taking what you want.
Hmm.
But
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know. For me right now, it's kind of a tough pill to swallow. It's kind of like you want to be maniacal in the draft, right? You want to
Yep.
know when to trade back. You want to manipulate that board as much as possible. That's how you. That I mean, that's how you know, as a GM. That's why you pay a GM. Like they supposed to know how to do that. They supposed to have the team and the people around them to be able to do that kind of stuff. But then you get, like you said, Mark, right? Then you get a draft like this, and you like, I don't know if I want to play around with this, something like that. Especially
Yeah, that,
given your team is trending in the right direction.
but see, Chicago, they might say, "Fuck that! I'm going backwards." They might Chicago, because it's so deep in the middle. They might be like, "All right, look, you can have this 25 pick. I don't think such and such is worthy. I'm going back. You can have them. I don't like them at 25. That's too rich for my blood." But but who and we got to look at the edge rushers because
The
there's
edge
some
rushers
edge
too.
rushers in it that
There's
could
some-
drop. There's some D backs that could drop as well, and even a couple linebackers in his draft that's pretty decent.
Mhm. I just don't want to be having the Darnell Wright, Jalen Carter conversation in 2 years.
The Darnell Wright, Jalen Carter conversation worked out for us, so shit, we could have it again if somebody want to.
Mm.
See, it's it's one of those ones where it's like, I could argue that. I could argue this topic. You know,
It's gonna always be able to be argued because there's other shit that goes along with it. It's like Jalen Carter didn't just come and make that team like a all-star perennial team, but at the same time, it's like shit. I it's not really too much before this past season that we really hanging our hat on in terms of
true.
the Bears and what they've done. So it's like all that stuff kind of works out against you. But to me, it's like when you look at this offensive line and these different pieces and all this other stuff, the moves and all of the stuff that they made in terms of this offensive line is building around Darnell Wright. And when you got a piece that you could do that with, that's just like this is stamped.
So
Then like you
I, I
didn't.
I would say this though, like it did take Darnell some time. It took him 3 years to become this. Jalen Carter was the plug and play guy that we are talking about right now, that we were looking for from our defensive tackles. Darnell Wright needed to mature a little bit. He needed to get a more mature mindset, more mature body, and everything that goes into it. And it definitely worked out. It definitely worked out for the better. Now, I mean, I think both teams had, yeah, exactly, Howie. I think both teams got a good deal, but you don't hear the Bears talking about shopping Darnell Wright. The Eagles are talking about shopping Jalen Carter. So, I mean, I don't know. However you want to look at it, you could look at it, but I think both teams got a good deal out of it. They got a Super Bowl. They got when Jalen Carter gets paid, he's going to reset the market for defensive tackles, and at least I think so. And then Darnell Wright going to get paid a pretty penny too. So we need a plug and play guy. I don't want our defensive tackle or edge rusher or safety to have to take 2 years or 3 years to get to it. I'm not. It's fine, but I mean, we need these dudes. These are positions that we passed on, or we just didn't invest too much in the free agency because
Mhm.
we was looking in the draft. At least that's what I think they was doing. They were looking in the draft to get some guys that's going, be better than some of the dudes on the market. So
Mhm. And that's my whole point about like, okay, if that was your plan, then you get in the draft and then you're jumping back, 26 picks and all that. It's like, so you didn't. To me, it make me feel like you didn't have a plan.
which Ryan Poles loves to trade back.
Mm-hmm. Lost trade that. Got get that.
Okay. All right. There's more D tackles, but I think it's best. I think it's perfect to just leave it there with those, what was it, 6, 5 guys?
Yeah, I think that was 5.
I think it was good to leave it there because then you going back into some other dudes that's probably that the Bears gonna take a look at and might even become Bears uh in the later rounds. But when we talking about number 25, I think that's a perfect spot to leave it at. What y'all thinking?
Yeah, I think kind of after going through that list, it's making me lean towards them going a different position and in the first round because I feel like um unless they get one of these like really good run stoppers at D tackle, then they really probably gonna just defer to another round as far as D tackle goes. Um, because I feel like it's some other stuff that we haven't talked about yet. I know we will, but we ain't talked about it yet. That do kind of check off that box as like a player that's ready on day one. And that's really what I was looking for, and I didn't really see too much of that out of what we've seen so far.
Peter
So,
Woods.
Yeah.
He showed you everything you needed to see.
Peter Woods.
Yeah, Peter Woods showed you everything you need to see. Nah, look, if you don't, like I said, the Bear, I don't know, was it Lynch, fucking Neville, fucking, it was like two other D tackles they
Yeah.
signed. You say what?
No, I said I'm hearing you on it, and it's like for
Yeah,
me, it's like, do they even make the roster though? Do they make the 53? Do they make your 53
that's
already?
another point. Yep.
I don't know about my
Do
53.
you gotta have what 100 players, 90 players to come in training camp and then cut it
Mm-hmm.
down to 53? It's gonna be a lot of guys we talk about that's not gonna make the roster. A lot of players they sign that's not even gonna make the roster. So look, see Lynch and Street, no money guaranteed. So you can just, if they don't make your team, they can just bounce. So
Mm-hmm.
but there's some edge rushers in this draft that are good as well. Some teammates, the guys that we talked about today.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We gonna cover it all. We're gonna decide if we want to go edge rusher or DBs, unless there's another position group, which I don't think there will be that y'all would like to look
Not
at.
at 25. If that's the theme,
Hey, Javon might get the Zach Pickens treatment. Yeah, yeah. That Zach Pickens
I
disappeared.
forgot about Zach
That
Pickens.
motherfucker disappeared. I
I
think
don't
he
know.
did sign with another team. I believe he did, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he disappeared. They let him go. Uh, look, Howie, we got hope. We got hope. When the DBs come up, we got you. We got you. And you be jumping in late anyway. You be jumping in while we already rolling and we already on. Yeah, so
We're halfway down the block.
he
yeah.
just he let him get tired now.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I said, I don't know what happened. I mean, it's possible. I ain't gonna lie, I forgot about Zach Pickens. It was just like
Third round pick.
vanished.
Zach, mm,
Mm-hmm. Like I
man.
said, I think this is that position that pick that it gotta be it gotta at 25. You gotta be a starter, man.
You got to. And
You,
just with the state of this team, it has to be a starter.
you let
Has
too many defensive starters leave, so you
you let
gotta
way too
find
many.
starters, and then you sign backups. You didn't go get no starter, so whoever you pick. So that's why I'm just like, if you finna trade back out of the first round, so you just go. It's kind of like the offensive line 2 years ago. It was just like this is the deepest we've been, and blah blah blah. And okay, you got a bunch of band aid players, and it's going to show. Let's not do that again. Didn't we not
Oh
learn?
my gosh.
Did we not learn the last time we tried to band aid a line together and got embarrassed?
It starts in the trenches.
Right.
Kobe
You let
Bryant gonna come here and think it's gonna be the same that it was in Seattle. No. Your D line in Seattle let you play fast. You're gonna have to hold your coverage a little longer in Chicago. You got to guard them motherfuckers a little longer than you were guarding them because they.
Get your egg timer there, Cole, because you're gonna be sitting for a while, man. Like, and that's my whole point. It's like, let's not, let's just fucking not. And it's like, and then you did get some, like I said, you got the Kobe Bryant, you got the kick returner that's fast, and like you reassured your special team with the good guys in there. Yeah, I mean, and then now you're gonna just play. Like, I just don't. I think it'll be a stupid thing to do. I think I think this draft should be simple. It
I
should be simple.
I will say either edge or D tackle if it makes sense. Now don't go reaching for Caleb Downs because he's the last one there at 25. Don't do shit like that. Nah, that's not gonna happen. He gonna be the last one there. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, don't go. But
If Caleb Downs fell to 25, you fucking take Caleb Downs at 25.
I keep saying Caleb Downs. I mean Caleb Banks. I keep
Oh,
saying.
I was gonna say if Caleb
I've been
Downs
saying Caleb Downs
fell
all
all the way
year.
to 25, you
Now wait
take
till I'm done with
it.
this.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Caleb
You
Downs
know,
ain't
Caleb
falling.
Okay,
Banks,
now,
yeah, you
nah,
better
he
leave
fine.
him to
That's
take.
crazy.
Yeah, he ain't falling to 25. But yeah, Caleb Banks, yeah. You
But
don't reach on, don't do that.
like I said, you could pivot. I mean, if you want, you could pivot to defensive end. Then. Like,
I think at
look,
defensive end, you got a better shot of finding somebody that's ready to play day one.
and
I
like I said,
feel like
that
I
could be
feel like
true
the
too.
two
Yeah, you
dudes
could.
that you really looked at from D tackle, it's a high chance they go before you even pick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm saying that. I'm not saying that defensive tackle don't got nobody worth, or that I think that can play on day one. I'm just saying shit. They might go before you even go. And it's like, to me, it's like either one of these groups are gonna be available to you. So I don't really feel like it makes that much sense to trade down. Like if D
Right.
tackle go early, there's gonna be a really good edge at 25 for you to take. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And vice versa. I just don't think like I don't think they need to force the issue. I think this is a classic. Don't trade up to get Roma Dunze. He's gonna fall to you at 9. You know what I'm saying? This
Mhm.
Right.
is one of those type of situations.
And I'm seeing like Mel Kiper again. The first defensive end off the board is Ruben Bain at 9. And there's not another one until there's not another one. Then so it goes Ruben Bain, then Peter Woods at 22. So Ruben Bain at 9 and Peter Woods at 22. Then the next one he got Christian Miller. No, he got okay. He has Zion Young at 25 to the Bears,
Mhm.
Missouri, and then Christian Miller 28. So those are the three: Ruben Bain, uh, Zion Young, edge, and then Christian Miller at 28. So well, I mean, and then Keldrick Falk. Well, the edges are deep. The edges are definitely deep too. So I can't wait to get into those dudes too. Ryan Paul's got in that scouting group. They're gonna have to do their homework. They're gonna have to do their job. Ben Johnson, Dennis Allen, and I hope Ben Johnson, if he sees one of these smaller dudes that necessarily don't necessarily fit Dennis Allen's quote unquote scheme or prototype, whatever, go do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Go do what you gotta do.
Mhm. You
So
gotta you the look. You gotta veto some things, man. You gotta be like,
yes,
no, no.
Howie.
So,
Kendrick Falk. All right, fellas. Any last words on these young guys we looked at tonight? No. All right.
no. Pick McDonald's easy, easy answer. Check,
Hayden, Ohio State, big
check.
fella. Look, look. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. One word. No spaces. I'm your host, Mark Rod, with my co-host in the building, Chef West to the right of me, and Marcus motherfucking mixed it at the bottom of your screen. We gonna be back next week previewing another 5 to 10 of these young draft prospects that we think Chicago Bears should take or should stay away from. We got the draft coverage. Howie, why
Definitely
y'all
stay
fucking
away
with
from
me?
us.
We got the draft coverage all off season up until the draft. We're gonna be here in the draft night too. First round, second round, especially that second round, first and second round. But we'll be here covering Chicago Bears talk once a week, maybe more than that, with pop-up shows. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. We gonna see y'all next week. We out of here. Have a good night. Peace.